Hi, hello, VGR tutorials, AI technologies, and this tutorial. So many software videos and networking videos. Please subscribe our VGR tutorial point videos, share and like and comment. Thank you. Today topic is the networking devices. What are the networking devices? What is the devices usage? The networking devices mainly is the use most of hubs, repeaters, bridges, switches, routers, gateway and routers, the repeaters also. It is the main networking devices. The networking device helps send to receive data between different devices. Networking devices allows devices to connect to the networking efficiency securely. Networking devices improve networking speed and manage data flow better. It is protect the networking by controlling access and preventing threats and expanded networking range. The common type networking device there are used access point, modems, firewall, repeaters, hubs, bridges, switches, routers, gateway, routers, and NSC cards. The access point is the networking device allows wireless devices like to smartphones, laptops, and connecting to wide network. The modem is also known as modulating. Demodulating is the networking device that is used to convert digital signal into analog signal. Different frequencies transmit their signals modem at receiving locations. Types of modem: DSL modem, cable modem, cellular modem. The firewall is the networking security device. It is monitoring the control the flow of data between your computer or networking. Internet is act where blocking unauthorized access while a trusted pass through. Repeaters. These repeaters are operating physical layer. It means function amplify the range of signals is networking before single become to be corrupted to the extended length is transmitted. Hub. This hub is multiple connections, multiple wires common for different branches. Example, connector start topology. The types of hubs: active hub, passive hub, intelligent hub. The active hub. This active hub is the power supply and can clean, boost, and real signal long network. Passive. These are the hub that collect wiring from nodes and power supply from the active hub. Intelligent hub. It works like a active hub and including remote management capability. Bridges. These bridges operating data link layer. These bridge repeaters with added to the functional tool filtering to the MAC address. Source router bridge. Switches. The switches are the multiple bridge with this buffer designing can boost efficiency, large number of ports, less traffic. Types of switches: unmanaged switch, managed switch, smart switch. Unmanaged switch. This unmanaged switch have to simple plug and play design and not advanced configuration. The managed switch. This switch offer advanced configuration of such as a WAN, link organization. Smart switch. This switch have to feature similar managed switch but the typical setup manage. Layer 2 switch. This operating data link layer OS modules and are responsible for forwarding data between devices on the same network segment. Layer 3 switches. This layer 3 switches operating networking layer and iOS modules and can route data between different network segments. The gigabyte switches, rack mounted switches, desktop switches, module switches. The gigabyte switches. The switch support gigabyte Ethernet speed, which faster than to traditional Ethernet speed. Rack mount switch. The switch is designed for mounted to server rack and suitable for use data centers, other large network. Desktop switches. The switch is designed for use desktop or small office environmental. Typical smaller size than rack mounted switches. Module switches. These switches have module designing always for easy to expense customization, suitable large networking data center. Routers. These routers like a switch. It is router data package based. Their IP address routers mainly networking layer device router normally LAN and WAN, and you have dynamically updated routing table. It is the make a decision routing data pockets. Gateways. This gateways is suggested passage content to network that may be work up different networking modules. NIC card. This networking interface card, it is called as LAN card. Types of cables used in LAN. The mostly coax cable, twisted pair cable, fiber optical cable. The coax cable is the electrical signals is insulated, generally made PVC Teflon. It is electromagnetic interface. It is speed up to 10 Mbps. It usually telephone system cable TV. It flexible to feature surrounding copper mesh with the feature surrounded plastic. The coax cable. The odd line in the coax cable, it is used application where is high signal strength required. This type of most commonly used their internet lines and the telephone lines. The RG6 coax cable is used by the quality required as thicker directly insulated in the use of the broadband internet cable TV extra. Try axial coax cable. This is the more bandwidth. It is interface rejections use the additional copper band. It is shield commonly used connecting cameras and cable TVs extra. Types of connectors use coax cable: BNC and N series connections, F type connections, submature connections, threaded connections. Twisted pair cable. This twisted pair cable, copper wire cable with is insulated is copper wires is the RJ45 connector. Twisted pair cables is the connected more conducting shield by the insulated and the feature those twisted pair wires are coated for protect any damages. Types of twisted pair cable. The shield twisted pair cable, it is called short form STP, shield twisted pair cable. Its wire is covered by copper rod covering foil shield and layers protect the against interface leakage into the out of the cable. The unshielded twisted pair cable, UTPS. This unshielded twisted pair cable is one of the most commonly used cable in computer networking present time. UTP is constant two insulated copper wires twisted into around the one another. The twisted pairs help to controlling the interface. The category 1 is the bandwidth 1.4 MHz, 1 Mbps speed telephone wire. The category 2 is the 4 MHz and 4 Mbps transmissions, and 3 categories the 16 MHz, 16 Mbps, the Ethernet, the 20 MHz, 20 Mbps, the 100 MHz, 100 Mbps, and 100 MHz in the 1 Gbps Ethernet cable. Cat E cable is the 1 Gbps giganet, and this is the fiber optical cable. This fiber optical cable is the glass core surrounding is the several layers and covering material general made by PVC Teflon. It is the 10 base F and 10 base FX and 10 base BX and 10 base X SX, 1000 base FX and 1000 base SX, 1000 base BX Ethernet varieties are available in this the fiber optical. It is designed jacket and bread, foil shield, and twisted pair. The types of connect used by this. The main conclusion this cable, the Ethernet cables were used connecting devices networking, allowing them communicate with each other and access internet. Thus cables come different types, each designing support various speed and performance level. They are essential for the both home and office network, ensure stable connection. Today's topic is the networking ports. The first outcome is this video is the what is port, the introduction to the port, how do ports work in networking, what are the port number networking, what are the different ports numbers, how do ports make networking this, what is the port number, types of port number, list of common port numbers, important of port number. Let us start video. This how do port make networking connection more efficiency? How do port work in networking? The port numbers is in networking manage the multiple transmission requests by single physical networking on computer. The port has two main applications in the computer networking, which is given to below. A port number is networking software identification number that is related to the transport layer and used by transmission communication for specified service when it is required to convert to piece of software to run on another device's operating systems. Then port number is utilized computer software. What are the port number is networking? Port number is concept transport layer and OSI shoot transport layer protocol such as a UDP user data protocol and TCP transmission control protocol sessions is header for indicate the port numbers. Networking layer protocol such as IP protocol and only content destination IP address, not a port number. What is the different port numbers? The port numbers in the networking range of 0 to 65,535. The Internet Ascending Number Authority IANA, this full form is Internet Ascending Number Authority, is the responsible from maintaining list of port numbers. Internet Ascending Number Authority IANA manage the networking related protocols. There are commonly used numbers with their associates networking protocol. The port 20 and 21 is file transfer standards for the protocol. Use transmission files between the client and server used port numbers 20, 21. Networking port is 22. The protocol secure cell SSH use port number 22. Create a secure networking connection. Port 25 simple mail transfer protocol. Use port number 25 and utilizing transmission mail. Port 80 hypertext transfer protocol. HTTPS is the protocol that allows access web pages over the World Wide Web and user port number 80. The port number 123 is networking time protocol NTP. Use port number 123 and allows computer clocks to sync. This process required for encrypt process. Port 179 board gateway protocol BGP. Utilizing port number 179, it is required for establishment efficiency router among the extension networking that make up internet. The port 443 stands for HTTPS secure and it is secure encrypted version HTTP. The port 443 stands for HTTPS secure and it is secure and encrypted version of HTTPS is the all HTTPS web traffic goes to port number 443. The port number 500 Internet Secure Association and Key Management Protocol. It is short form is ISAK MP, the Internet Security Associates and Key Management Protocol. This one, use this port. The port number 500 Internet Secure Associates and Key Management Protocol ISAKMP use port number 500 and it is port of the process of configuration secure IP secure connection. The port 389 remote desktop protocol RDP use port number 389. Port number is allows users to connect remotely their desktop computers and another device. Below this image show different well-known ports. How do ports make networking connections more efficiency? As well as see variety of data transmissions to and from computer over the same network. The port numbers help you computer understanding to do with the data to receive. Now let us understand it. The examples Suppose there is a person named A and A who want to transmit their MP3 audio record person B using file transfer protocol FTP, and there is a person B is a computer send MP3 file and data to B email application, but email application does not know how to interpret the data, but A is used port number 21 file transfer for this sending file B computer will be able to store this received files. Meanwhile, the B computer load HTTP pages simultaneously using port number 80. Both web pages data MP3 files follow the same networking conditions. The important port number networking. What are the main important 6 reasons of what are the port numbers is networking required the most important needed to? 6 reasons are there. One is the multiplexing and demultiplexing. The another is the end-to-end communication and port call identification and security and firewalls, and this load balance custom application communication. The 6 main importance of this port number and networking. The multiplex and demultiplex in depth. The single device is multiple application may be sending and receiving data over networking simultaneously. Port number is allows the operating system router incoming data correct application to the process called multiplication. The conversion it is the sending data port number is allows the multiplication. When sending data port number is allows multiplication, ensure that data from various application transmit through the appropriate port. This is the mechanism is crucially for efficient communication networking as helps the discussing between different services and applications using the same network interface. End-to-end communication, this encrypted communication just like a WhatsApp and other communications. This name suggested port number help establish end-to-end communication between devices across the network. When device intel the connection specify both this IP address and source port numbers and the destination device response with IP addresses, destination ports numbers. This is combination allows data be routed actually the intent application on receiving device. The port identifications. The port numbers are used to identify specified protocols server. This application using well-known ports numbers associates with common services such as HTTPS port number 80, HTTPS port number 443, file transfer protocol is port number 21, and many more. The secure and firewall. When you talk about security of the port numbers are very important. The implementation of networking security measures such as firewalls. Firewalls can filter control networking traffic based port numbers. Port examples fire maybe configuration allow the web traffic. HTTP on protocol 80 will blocking other port to prevent unauthorized access potential threats. These ports are load balancing also. In this scenario, we are multiple servers are servicing the same application, loading balance, distributing incoming, networking traffic across the servers, optimize performance and prevent overloaded. Port number are often used routine traffic, different servers based loaded, balancing logarithm. The customized application communication. The developer can use custom ports, number of established communication channels for the specified application or the services. This established creating Unicode networking service trailer specified needs. Please subscribe, please support, please share, please comment, please ask the networking related questions in comment box. Thank you once again. Your video tutorial. Thank Hi, welcome to back everyone. My channel Vijaya Tutorial Point. My old channel is Tech Dude 848 channel. Please support, please subscribe, please share, please comment. If any doubt, please ask questions in this comment box. Let us today topic is what is the networking port address. The networking port address is the simple port and the numerical identification range from 0 to 65,000. The networking port is addressing or simple port or numerical identification range starting 0 to 65,535 that along with IP addresses uniquely identify the specified process services and device host within a network, ensure that reach the correct application. More purpose, the port act like a doorway to specify application or service running on computer, enable data to be routed and correct decision. How it is work? This device send data including the both and destination IP address, identify the host and the destination port number, identify the service applications. The IP address wise port. An IP address identify device on networking like a street address. A port number of identify the specified application or services running on the device like a specified apartment number within the building. Example: when you access website, your browser send to request the server IP address and specify port is 80. For HTTPS hypertext or 443 port number, HTTPS indicates that is request web traffic. The well-known ports of this are standard ports associated with a specified service like a port 21 for file transfer and port 25 is a simple mail transfer protocol and the port 80 for HTTPS. The registered ports, these are signed specified application or service but are not widely known as well-known ports. Dynamic ports, there are used temporary connections and are not assigning specified services. Important port addresses crucially efficiency real will networking communication ensure that is the delivery to correct application services. What are the different type of port addresses? The networking ports is the categorized into well known as 0 to 1023. Register is 1024 into 49,151. A dynamic private IP address is the 49,152 to 65,533. Each services different purpose communication. Are the breakdown of the ports that the well-known ports are 0 to 1024. The well-known ports are those ports are reserved for common widely used services and protocols like HTTPS and H80 and HTTPS 443 simple mail transfer protocol 25 and SSH 22. Registered protocols ports are 1024 and 49,151. These ports are assigning the specified application by organization are used for various services. The ports are two types, dynamic and private ports is the 49,152 into 65,535. These ports are used temporarily connection and can be used by any process. What are the basic computer ports? These computer ports are the connecting point on the desktop that allows you interface with the extremely device, the physical connection services gateway, data transfer to deliver and communicate between your computers. The peripheral like a monitor, keyboard, printer, external storage devices, hard disks, and pen drives, etc. Why do you need port address? This port address number is the always to identify specified process to which internet to other networking messages to be forwarded when it is arrived at the server. All networking connected this devices have standardized port with assigning number. What is the port? Port 80 and port 443. This port 80 is a standard unencrypted port of the HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol, while the port 443 is the standard encrypted port of the hypertext transfer protocol secure. This the port 80 HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol used for standard web communication or data transmitted in plain text, meaning it is not encrypted. This means that is anyone to access the networking could have potential interrupt and read and information being to transmitted. The HTTPS is the protocol used fetching web pages and other resources from web services. The HTTPS is not a secure and should be avoided for transmitting sensitive data. The port 443 HTTPS used for secure web communication data encrypted using TLS transport layer security. This is or otherwise SSL secure socket layer. Once again, I will repeat this. Used for secure web communication where data encrypted using TLS transport layer security or SSL secure socket layer. This encrypted ensure that even someone encrypted data they want to be able to read without the proper decryption. HTTP is a secure version. HTTP is the used by the transmission sensitive information such as a password and credit card details. HTTPS is essential for protecting user data and maintaining the secure online experience. This is the most useful ports addresses to use in our networking commonly. Today's topic is the IP versions 4 and IP version 6. The IP6 is the newest version of the internet protocols to designing and replace in the IP4. Primarily due to its significant large address space, which is addresses limits of the IP4 is the address exacting problems. The IP address. The IP4 version is the used 32-bit address providing approximately 4.3 billion unique IP addresses, and the IP6 is used the 128-bit address is offering vast address space approximately 3 into 10 and greater than 38 unique IP address. The key different features networking address translation NAT. IP4 relies heavily on NAT managed limited addresses, and while IP6 eliminated the need at NAT, simplify routing and improving performance and routing. The IP6 has the more efficiency routing capability, including the ability distinguishing delay sensitive packets for better quality of services. The header structure. The IP6 has a simplified header structure compared with the IP4 header structure. IP6 has a simplified header structure compared with IP4, leading to fast processing by router. The auto configuration. The IP6 is supported stateless address auto configuration and allow device automatically configuration their IP address, simplifying networking security. IP6 is offering improved security feature, including built-in support of IP security. The broadcasting. IP6 does not use broadcasting address, which can be more efficient than IP6. IP4 broadcasting mechanism. The IP4 address are responsed in decimal notation, while IP6 addresses are represented to the 8 groups of the 4 hexadecimal digits. Each group is the represent of 16 bit. Should I use IP6 at home? Yes, you can use IP6 at home. In fact, the recommended to use IP6. It is the feature on the internet and produce many benefits over IP4, such as a large address space, improved security, and better network auto configuration capability. What is IP4 and IP6 with this example? IP4 is used decimal and 192.168.1.1, while IP6 is example hexadecimal example 2001 is to. What are the disadvantages of the IP6? Not better universally supported, address are longer to support, more address, expensive switching, new routing equipment. The IP4 is the simple and easy access to internet systems compatible with the majority of the website, well known as technology easy developed. The cons are limited number of unique IP address, limited scalability, limited IP address availability, lack of internet and secure measures. IP6 is the first large number of IP address, less address auto configuration, improving performance, outstanding the USA. One routable IP address representing entire the network, easy to use, dynamic IP address. IP6 cons the not better universal support address, longer supported, more address, expensive switching and routing. Hi, hello, BGR tutorials, AI technologies, and this tutorial, so many software videos and networking videos. Please subscribe our BGR tutorial point videos, share and like and comment. Thank you. Hi, hello, welcome to back my channel BGR tutorial point and my old channel TechDude8481. Please support, please subscribe, please share and comment. Thank you. Today topic is the networking topology. The outcome is coming is this, the types of networking. There are 7 types of networking topologies in computer network. This outcome is going to the explain the point-to-point networking and bus topology networking, star topology networking, ring topology networking, mesh topology networking, tree topology networking, and 7th one is the hybrid topology networking. The first one is this point-to-point topology. It is point-to-point topology is the simplest networking configuration connecting node directly to direct communication link. The advantage of this point-to-point is high bandwidth of the fast communication speed, easy to maintain troubleshoot since 2 nodes are involved. Disadvantages of this point-to-point technology topology: the limited 2 devices expanded to the networking required additional links. If your connecting fail, communication between the 2 nodes is disturbed. The next is the bus topology. This bus topology is a cable reassembling bus routes with this device connected along with length. This is the data travel along the cable. Each device check into data and intake. You observe this is the bus topology. You observe this image. This is the server and the workstation, the user's computer. This is the communication cable and the connector, this networking printer, laptop and workstation. This is the bus topology this way. What are the advantages of this bus topology? Simply setup of the cost efficiency, well suited small networking with the few devices. Disadvantage: limited scalability, adding the more devices can degrade performance. A single cable break can disturb the entire network. This is the disadvantage of this bus topology. The star topology. This star topology is the each device is connected directly in central hub or switch. All the communication between devices must be through this central point. Like of it is accept data, otherwise is ignored. A line long signal cable serve their communication. This star topology, each device is directly to as a central hub or switch is the allow the communication between devices must through this central point of is like to up and this module. This is the data transmission. You observe this star topology just like a star, and the middle one switch or hub is connected. The each devices go to each connecting a networking Ethernet cable. The devices connected to distributed or networking printer also connected, CPU connected, laptop connected. What are the advantages of this star topology? Each to install, manage, and troubleshoot isolated issues, individual connections or failure. One device does not affect other devices. It is some advantageable to the point-to-point topology. Disadvantages of this star topology depend on this central hub. If it is failed, the entire the network goes down. More cabling is required, making it costly than bus topology. The next one is the ring topology. This ring topology is the each device is connected to exactly the devices, forming closed loop ring. Data circulated around the ring in one direction. The devices receiving data, it is processed and processed along with the next devices multi each of the destination. You observe this is the ring topology. This is the one networking cable connecting each device's printer. First device 1, device 2, device 3, device 4 printer, device 5 is another CPU, and device 6 is the server. This way, what are the advantages of this ring topology? This event data distribution, each devices an equal opportunity transmission, simple and predictable data. And disadvantage, break into the ring can distribute it into network, adding or removing device can be complex. This mesh topology is like to web or connections or reach devices connected every other device. This creating reducing multiple path for data travel. Mesh networking can be entire full mesh. Every device is connected every other partially mesh. Some devices have two pre-connections. Mesh topology. This is the mesh topology is the something confusion. It is called each user is node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5. The advantages of mesh topology. This mesh topology advantage high reduction networking remain optional if in some connections are fair. Scalable, adaptable, can handling large number of devices. Disadvantages of this mesh topology expensive due to the numerous cables and ports of required, complex to set up and the maintenance. The sixth one is the tree topology. This tree topology is combination characteristic start and bus topology, arranging nodes in this hierarchical structure, resembling the tree. In this way, layout multiple star networks are connected to the central bus, allows for a schedule organized networking design. What are the advantages of tree topology? This scalable, easy to expand by adding new nodes with distributing entire work, facility to better management organize of devices. What are the disadvantages of this tree topology? This tree topology, if the central trunk fails, can distribute the entire network, more complex configuration and maintenance compared with the other topology. The hybrid topology, this is the most latest technology, is the hybrid topology. This is hybrid topology is the system is the given to one switch, another switch, the connecting different topologies, and this is the way hybrid topology. This hybrid topology combination or more different topologies are into single network. This option to the done to aims strength of one topology will migration to weakness of, for example, some networking might use a star topology for it is the core infrastructure, bus topologies for a similar isolated segment. What are the advantages of this hybrid topology? The advantages of this flexibility to tailor the network into specified needs in the hybrid topology. This hybrid topology is enhanced fact tolerance by combination of different topologies. This one. The disadvantage of this hybrid topology, the complex increasing with the number of topology integrated and required for careful planning to ensure smooth operations. The types of networking topology usage. This topology is what is the best Type of networking topology. Cost. Best topology is bus and star. Bus is expensive implement ideal for small networking. This the star is moderate cost. Each setup is managed. Reliability of this networking. Best topology mesh hybrid mesh I reliable with multiple connection link for other remains options. The hybrid combination strength different technology announced to the fault tolerance scalability. This best topology tree and mesh. The tree is to expanded additional branch without disturbing in this mesh. Scalability can become a complex with many nodes. Performance. This performance is best topology mesh and star. Mesh is offering high in bandwidth and remaining suitable critical applications. Star topologies provide good performance for most outside networking, but really in the central hub. Please subscribe my VGR tutorial point. Please share, please comment, please ask any doubts in networking. Thank you once again, your VGR tutorial points. Where similar the bus route. This is of duplex communication is this wireless set. This is of duplex communication. Data travels in both directions but only one at a time. The input, sender and receiver. This is the example. The another is full duplex communication. At a time send the both sides and the receiver and sender. The simple I will explain. This simple is the transmitters once. One is the transmitter, one is the receiver. Simple communication. The up duplex communication take turn. The transmission receiver. One time one. The full duplex is the transmitter and receiver at a time. The both sides. This is the full duplex communication. This is example of duplex communication walkie-talkie. This is full duplex communication sender and receiver simultaneously at a time. The up duplex is the only send or receive one function at a time. This transmission simple of duplex communication, full duplex communications. Thus you observe this. The learn transmission mode with example simple duplex model and up duplex model, full duplex model. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Networking protocols and the networking communications. The mainly is the duplex communication and full duplex communication, up duplex communication, simple duplex communication. The duplex communication is the bidirectional mode communication, which is both of senders and receivers can communicate simultaneously. The full duplex communication is the full duplex communication. Data transmission occur both directions simultaneously like a two-way street where traffic follow the both direction at the same time. The up duplex communication. In the contrast, full duplex, up duplex communication allows two-way in communication, but only one part of can transmit data at a time. The simple duplex communication. The simple communication is the one-way communication system where information is the transmit from the one device to another, but its receiving device cannot send information back to the transmission device. This example is the keyboard and CPU. The example full duplex communication is the phone calls, both parties can speak and listening simultaneously. Up duplex walkie-talkie when only persons can speak at a time. The simple is the keyboard sending into the monitor where you monitoring display the input but cannot send the information back to the keyboard. Advantage of full duplex: the faster transmission. Data can be sent and received simultaneously, saving on transmission time. Fast. The great thought of the ability to send the received data at the same time, greatly increasing the rate of transmission. Disadvantage of full duplex: the high cost. The full duplex systems require more expensive equipment, high bandwidth. Full duplex communication required high bandwidth to be used. Hello friends, welcome to back my channel VGR tutorial point. My old channel is the TechDude8481. Please support, please share, please comment, please ask any doubts on networking protocols and networking issues. Thank you. So many people ask so many questions in networking. The today topic is what are the networking protocol and communications. This topic. The networking protocol is like a common language computers device and communicate across the network regardless of under hardware software. What are purpose of the protocols? They define how data formatted, transmitted, received, and interpreted, ensure efficiency, reliable data transfer. What are the important of networking protocols? They are essential for using internet and digital communication, allowing devices to communicate each other regardless of the internet process, structure, or design. The examples of this common networking protocols is the TCP and IP, HTTP, FTP, SMTP, DNS, DCHCP, and ICMP. The types of networking protocol: the communication protocol, the facility of this data exchange between each device, it is called communication protocol. The ICMP, internal control message protocol, use this the networking diagnostic and error reporting security protocol. This is ensure the protect your authentication and integrated data during transmission. The HTTPS is the hypertext transfer protocol. Secure is the you observe this HTTP is every Google search is coming is the trusted. The one HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol secure, used for encrypt web traffic. The SFTP is the secure file transfer protocol. This SFT is the secure file transfer protocol, a secure version of the file transfer FTP. The SSL and TLS, the secure socket layer SSL, and the TLS is the transport layer security. The protocol used encrypting networking communications. What are the another, you are asked what are the 5 communication protocols are there? The TCP/IP, HTTP, FTP, MQTT, Bluetooth. This is the most used communication protocols. This one, the MQTT is the message query telemetry transfer, a lightweight publish subscribers protocol designed for the IoT application, allowing devices exchange message efficiency. The Bluetooth, this Bluetooth is popular short range wireless communication protocol, especially Bluetooth low energy. This is used by the devices like wearables and the smart home devices, smart home appliances. The another question asked is the another viewer, what are the difference between networking protocol and communication? This question asked. The answer is the fundamental of difference between the two is also follow. While computing protocol definition rule communication among the process, with computer the communicate protocol different rules and communicate among the computer both, then with exchange each information. The another one is the asked another question is what are the 3 types of networking protocols? The 3 types of networking protocol, general speaking, there are types of protocol networking communication such as Ethernet, management such as SMTP, and security such as secure cell or SSH. The another you are also asked this question, what is meant by communicate protocol? The commonly protocol set of formula rules describing transmission exchange data. It is the example including Wi-Fi and the internet protocol and hypertext transfer protocol HTTP. The another one is the asked another question. What is called protocol? The most commonly meaning protocol is system of rule that explain the correct conducting procedure and following formula situates there. The example sentence solid actions construction with military protocols. The if you observe, this is the internet provided, and this is the server, our server, and this is the switch is the another switch is the this one is the user, the another is Wi-Fi connector, and this is the distributing the 1 Gbps 10 Gbps lines are provided. DNS, domain name system, the translating domain name system like a google.com into IP address like a 123.45.67.89. UDP, user datagram protocol, UDP, user datagram protocol. Connectless protocol used this application for speed portals of reliability like a streaming. Management protocol, over this control networking operations. SNMP, simple networking management protocol. DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol, automatically assigning IP address to device onto the networking. There are mainly this DHCP is the 7-layer OSI modules are there. The first one is the layer application, second one is the presentation layer, third one is the session layer, fourth one is the transport layer, networking layer, and data link layer, and physical layer. How to communicate protocol? Now I will explain this clearly. This is the internet provider, router, and the switch is the our company server, any organization server. The networking, video recording, and this video monitoring. This after that is another switch go to input, and go to the output is the this dark color is the Wi-Fi 10 GB fiber, and this is the light blue color is the given to 1 giga copper wire is the Cat6 cables. This is wire devices connected, this is wireless device connected. Similar one switch, it is wireless devices. You observe this image, and this one, this is the router, this is internet provider, switch, and network video recorder, video monitoring server, the Wi-Fi 6 access points, this printer, mobile, and Wi-Fi receiving devices. Who make networking protocol? The Institute of Electronics Engineering, the Internet Engineering Task Force, and the International Organization Standardization, the International Telecommunication Union, the World Wide Web constructions. Types of communications. This is the communication protocol, internet protocol, Bluetooth protocol, instant message chat protocol, routing protocol, automatic protocol. Networking management. This protocol defining policy of reducing, monitoring, managing networking. The secure protocol. This is the secure protocol is encrypting data that protect the data, ensuring that only authorized entity have access, just like a WhatsApp. Authentication, ensure that devices are networking or who they claim to be. Transportation. This ensuring secure data while transmission from the networking device another. Application layer, transport layer, networking layer, physical layer. This is role of subnet mask. What are the key features of subnet mask? Now I will explain. The subnet mask is the 32-bit numbers which separate IP address into ports. The networking ID and the host ID. The both are divided. It tells device which versions of the address belongs to the networking and which identify individual device. By doing this helps determine which device belongs to the same local network and which device is reside to different networks. It supports efficiency networking organization, better control of data flow, and overall improvement security management networking. The example of this role of subnet mask is the IP address is taken by 192.168.1.10. The subnet mask 255.255.255.0. This is the IP address and subnet mask. This networking is the 110.0.00000. Total is the 6 zeros dot this way. The host is the 000 4 zeros and 1010 this way. This subnet mask is help divide in large networking into small subnet. Subnet is improving your networking efficiency, security, and performance. Function subnet masks. Why use subnet mask? This subnet mask has class A networking, which means the 16 million hosts in the networking manage such a large networking become challenging due to maintenance of UG network. Security of the networking, for example, we have to determine to company all your other 4 departments and access to the whole network. Solution of subnet mask. This subnetting solves those problems, dividing into large network into smaller, manageable subnets. Is the each department get into one subnet, improving security and efficiency of the work. Without subnetting, identify a device required the 3 steps: identify of the networking, identification of the host, identification of the process. In case of address with the subnetting, is the process reach in address is done by 4 steps: identify of the networking, identify of the subnet, identify of the host, identify of the process. Suppose class C networking is the fixed subnet ID is there 192.55.255 this way. This first and last IP address reserved networking ID and direct broadcasting address. Every subnet have to receive 8 IP addresses in the case. Representative of the subnet mask. Subnet mask is the 32-bit number made is 1S and 0S. It is the identify networking and the 0 is representative device, host is the 1. Routing table of subnet mask. This networking does not match with any other subnet mask. The packets will be sent to difficult to enter. Suppose networking ID, I will tell you 200.1.20.2.0. The subnet mask is the 255.255.255.192. It is class A interface. The 200.1.2.64, it is the network ID. The subnet mask is the 255.255.255.192. The class B started. The 200.1.2.128, the subnet mask is 255.255.255.192. This is the class C series. This is the 200.1.2.192 is the 255.255.255.192 is the class D. The some cases of this match with 2 entire in the routing table. How does subnet mask work? So many people asking these questions at the viewers. That's why I will tell you this mainly. Please listen carefully. The subnetting divided into large network into small subnetwork may be modified the subnet mask. This improving the management of IP address, reduce broadcasting traffic and increasing networking security, isolating different parts. Networking subnetting also help optimize use IP address space and improving troubleshooting overall this networking performance. For example, this subnetting can organize device into logical groups such as separating a company's department of different subnets. This way, traffic with one department does not unnecessarily interface with others, improving the performance security. Networking classes. The networking class is the A, B, and C and D. The networking class A is started into subnet mask 255.0.00. The address is starting this 126.255.255.255. It is connecting over 16 million computers. The class B is the 255.255.00. It is starting 120.0.0.0. It is starting, and the closing is the 191.255.255.255. 65,000. The class is the 255.255.255.255. It is starting is 192.0.0.0 to start, and 223 into 255 255.255. It is connecting only 254 systems only. The advantage of subnet mask, the another main important topic of this subnet mask. Reduce networking constantly limits broadcasting traffic, improve networking speed, efficient IP usage, allocate IP-based need, avoiding wastage, enhance security by isolating subnet. For example, no other department with any organization should be able to use code created by development. Enable departmental segment. Higher networking priority may be need for your some business subnets than other. For instance, sales department may be need to hold the video conference and webcasting permissions. Supporting scalability, allow networking to grow while remaining organization. What are the main disadvantages of this subnetting? The limited IP space, dividing networking reduce available IP for subnet. Additional hardware subnet reduce the overall number of IP addresses in the network. It could purchasing extra hardware like a router, that is the cloud, very expensive. Complex setup, required export into plant configurations, the subnets. Compatibility of issues, older devices or system may be struggle with the subnetting configuration. Hi, hello everyone, welcome to back everyone my channel Vijay Tutorial Point. Today topic is the networking tutorials. Is the main topic is today is the networking topology architecture. What is the networking topology architecture? The two-try networking topology. Two-try networking topology is the flat or collapse core design. It consists of two-layer access layer and designing it core layer in this organization where the networking is smaller and scalability and complexity are not much. Corner generally adapt this type of architecture is the topology two-try networking topology. For your reference, this is the image. You observe this scenario. In the small office network, two-tray topology may be considered access switching connections and use devices such as a computer and printers. In the access layer is the access switching are then connected to core switch or router which is provided connectivity to other networking. The three-try networking, it is the three-try networking topology is the three-layer architecture in which is networking divided into access layer, distribute layer, core layer. The three-try networking topology is mainly used access layer, distribute layer, core layer. It provides better scalability, flexibility, and networking segment compared to the two-tray design. Here it is the three-tray networking topology diagram for your reference. Scenario in this enterprise networking three-tray topology may be constant of access switches in the access layer connecting end user devices. The access switches are then connected distribution switch in the distribution layer which is provided connectivity between access switching and aggregate traffic. The distribution switch are the feature connected to core switch into the core layer which is handle high speed backbone connections connected to other network. Spin leaf networking topology architecture. The spin leaf networking topology architecture is the referred to leaf spin or closed architecture. It is highly scalable and highly performance design, frequently employed in large data centers to cloud environmental facilities, low latency and non-blocking communication among devices, ensure efficiency and rapid data transmission. Here is the spin and leaf network topology for your reference. You observe this diagram scenario. In this data center, spin leaf topology may be constant of the storage device. The sleep switches are the connected to the spin switches in the spin layer, which is provide connectivity between the leaf switches, and this facility provide into continuous between leaf switches and facility to east-west traffic. This designing ensures that any device in the networking can be reached any other device within a minimum latency. WAN networking topology. This WAN wide area networking topology architecture refers to networking architecture used to intercom geographical disappear locations, branch office. Here is the WAN topology in which branch office, regional office, remote office, and data centers connected. There can be outstanding branches which are connected to the WAN infrastructure data center. This diagram observe scenario in this multi-site organization. WAN topology may be involved multiple branches of his connecting to the central headquarters. Each branch's office typically as it is whole local area network LAN connected. The router which is established connection with WAN. This is the WAN networking can be implemented using technology such as the leading MLPC multi-protocols, label switching, EPN virtual private networking, SD-WAN software defined wide area networking. The small office, home office is the SOHO networking topologies. SOHO networking topology generally used small office, other home offices, typical SOHS networking topology. For your reference, laptop and router, internet and access point switch and desktop. In this home office setup, SOS topology may be involved signal router gateway device that connected to internet service provider ISP. The end user device such as the laptops and phones etc. can be connected to the router via wireless, or desktop service can also be connected router through wired. Open permission cloud networking topology architecture. And networking architecture design use both on permissions and cloud networking for developing networking resources. Permissions mean developing networking devices infrastructure. This scenario is a hybrid cloud environmental permission networking resources such as service storage and switching or interconnection to cloud resource through the dedicated connections or secure VPN tunnel. This on permission network just like an extension of cloud networking which utilize data exchange between the two environmental. Please subscribe my VGR tutorials point. Please share, please like, please comment, please ask network related questions. Thank you once again, your VGR tutorials. Hi, welcome to back my channel VGR tutorial point everyone. Today topic is the types of networking computer. The main types of computer networking: local area networking, it is called as a LAN. The metropolitan area network, it is called as a MAN. The wide area network, it is called as a BAN. The personal area network, it is called as a PAN. And virtual private networking, VPN, each services different purpose geographic scope. The local area networking is connecting device with a limited geographical or like home, office, schools. Example, your home Wi-Fi networking. The metropolitan area networking is The metropolitan area networking is the connected to networking city to metropolitan area span of large area than the some lands. Example, a city cable TV network. The wide area networking is the WAN. It is the call for connecting the network across the large geographical areas such as different cities, countries. Example, the internet. The personal area network, it is called as PAN. The connecting devices around a single person such as smartphone, tablet and headphones. And the example, connecting your phone to your car Bluetooth, which whole private network, it is called as a VPN. It is example using VPN across the company networking remotely. Please subscribe, please share my VGR tutorial point. Our old channel is the technical channel Tech Dude 8481. Hi, hello, VGR tutorials, technologies, and this tutorial, so many software videos and networking videos. Please subscribe our VGR tutorial point videos, share and like and comment. Thank you. Hi, welcome to back everyone, my channel VGR tutorial point and my old channel Tech Dude 8481. Today topic is the networking basic commands. This basic commands is essential for troubleshooting of the managing networking connectivity. First, you can press Windows or K10 and the command open. After that, type CMD. This command prompt open. You can type first ifconfig. I will show you ifconfig. Then ifconfig type. After typing enter, this ifconfig showing the internet adapter and connectivity specified ENS and link local IP6 address and IP4 address and subnet masks 225.252.0 and default gateway. The router is 192.168.70.1. This showing. After that, another command is there, ipconfig/alt. You give this command and press enter. This showing all what are the connectivity are there. The description and DHCP enable S is automatic configuration enable, and the IP numbers and the subnet mask and what are the date and what is the date, and DHCP server EP6. After that, you give another command ns lookup. At this ns lookup is given to default server DNS and the address is 208.67.22.222. This tester. The tester command is give this. This tester command is trace out to the don't resolving address host line, the host name, list, timeout, and the users. Then after that, let start command. The net start command type after enter given this total what are the net start command is given to the total display protocol statistic current TCP/IP networking connected this system. You given this much information. You observe this. So many internals are there. After that, the system information command. Copy and the system information is invalid. Automatic command is the system information command is given to this. You observe this. The system information The Microsoft Windows 11 Pro is what are the version are built in this, what is the configuration and standalone workstation, what is the register owner name and the date and the Windows, what type of the manufacturer of the system, what 64-bit OS in 11. The total information is given this one. The virtual memory, physical memory, domain name and desktop name is given. Total information depend on the system. What are the required the system information, that particular the information. The another command is the get MAC, and you type this get MAC. The MAC address is provided. You observe this MAC address 12. This is the MAC address. You observe this. After that, host name. Is providing host name. User CB is the host desktop is given this. Net start. The net start is given this, the what are the TCP/IP local IP addresses and desktop addresses is given this. You observe this, close, I established this total information 192.168.68.66. This series, you observe this. After that, ARP. This ARP is given to the total information. The display the current ARP is enter the integration of the current IP address, physical layer and the address layer. You observe this ARP. The path pinging. The path pinging is given this much. Using the path is the ghost list and maximum ops address and nodes, number of queries, timeout, target name is given. The source address forcing using IP6, IP4. The how many milliseconds are each replies taken time. This NBT start is given to the this much information is the NBT start is given to the TCP/IP is the adapter status, cache memory, resolve load sessions, remote host mission names, IP address and intervals. The last one, attach. This information is given attached is the change this advanced configuration of the system information. .168.11.223. Enter. You observe this ping command is this way. What is the pinging? The pinging is the probably is the almost all everybody knows about the as before. It is the ping command is to reachability device network. What is ipconfig? ipconfig command is one of the most useful basic Windows networking command. Everyone should be know the troubleshooting problems. Get MAC. You identify your MAC system MAC address. The host name. The host name networking command will simply display your computer name and your computer user identification. NS lookup. The NS lookup is command displayed information that you can use diagnostic domain name system infrastructure. Using this NS lookup without parameters will show you DNS server, your PC users resolve domain name and to IP address. Trace. The networking connection is trace command is the command trace to the data packets routers before reaching destination, displaying information on the each hop to the router. Net start. This net start command display to active TCP IP connection ports on which computer is listing the Ethernet statistics, IP routing tables, IPv4 statistics, and IPv6 statistics. ARP. This ARP display enter the address the resolving protocol cache which contains and more tables use IP address their resolving internet physical address. Path pinging. This path pinging is combination of pinging command which is the trace out command provide information about the networking latency, networking loss, intermediate hop between the destination. Pathing command. Path pinging. This path pinging is the IP address common host server google.com. The system information. This command is displayed to details of list configuration of information about the PC. And NBT start. This NBT start command is the static and current TCP IP connections using net bias over the TCP IP protocols, net bias name tables and net bias name cache, net bias over TCP IP enable logical application. This NetAS. This NetAS command is administrative tool allow the display modified networking configuration running computer support tasks such as managing networking interface configuration, firewall setting or firewall profile troubleshooting. Please subscribe, please support my VGR tutorial. Thanking you once again your VGR tutorial. Hello, welcome to back everyone, VGR tutorial point, and my old channel is the Tech Dude 8481. Please support, please share, please comment, please ask any doubts and technical issues. Thank you. Let us begin today video. Today topic is the bridges. What are the bridges? Bridges is a device into connecting two more networking segment, create single unified networking. The link to layer 2 technology, it is a OSI modules infecting MAC address to the forward and filters traffic based destination. Data link layer 2, the bridges operating data link layer 2 which is responsible physical addressing and data transmission between devices in the same network. MAC address, this media access controlling MAC address unique identify each network interface and where the forward packets. Networking segment, the bridges connecting separate network segments such as a different part of LAN to create large combination of net. Filtering and forward, the bridges examine incoming data packets and forwarding only appropriate segment based on the destination MAC address. Bridges wise router, what are the different bridge and why? Router. While both bridge and routers connecting networking, bridges is connected segment within the same network, the same protocol, while router connected different network, different protocol. This is the main difference in this one. Extended LAN, bridge allows multiple LANs to connected to large extended LAN, improving performance, filtering the forwarding traffic. Bridges can be reduced networking consumption, improving performance. The receiving packets of the bridges and one of the connected network segment instruction MAC address. Bridges examine the destination MAC address in the pockets, forwarding or filter in the destination MAC addresses on the different segment connected into bridges pockets, forwarding that segment. The destination MAC address is same segment pocket typical describe. What are the broadcasting? The bridges typically forward broadcasting pockets. Pockets are addressing to allow one network to another network segment. The cover in this topic Types of bridges. The basic bridges are the simple bridge forwarding pocket bus, destination MAC address, learning bridges, the bridges learning location MAC address, sheet segment allowing bring forward destination. Wireless bridge. A bridges that connecting networking segment wireless option using Wi-Fi. The what is bridging computer network? Types of using functions difference. The bridge computer networking. Types of bridges: transparent bridge, source routing bridge, translation bridge. What are the bridge in transparent bridge? I will tell you. This transparent bridge is invisible to other devices on the network. This is a bridge does not require reconfiguration or networking and additional to deletion in each station. The primary function of this transparent bridge is to block the forwarding data according to the MAC address. Source routing bridge. This source bridge, what are the source routing bridge? How I will explain. The source routing bridge were developed by designing IBM recently. The token ringing network, the frames enter to the router embedded with the data frames by the source station performance routing operations. So once the frame is forwarded, it must follow specified destination path router. Translation bits. This translation bits converted in receiving data from networking to system another. It is communicated transmit data between the two different types of networking systems like a sender data and token ringing to Ethernet cable to the translations cables to be used the connected both networking systems transmitted data. Bridge, the receiving data. The bridge get data pockets of the frame from both networking segment A and B. Build table. In create table MAC address by looking where the data is coming spot from going features. Forwarding data. If you data from networking A is meant of the devices at networking B, we're just sending it is correct place and networking. Repeating the both sides. The bit just does not same thing data coming network. Please subscribe my tech dudes channel 8481. Please comment, please share. Please support our new channel VGR tutorial point is telling the tutorial based videos all types of. Please support, please share, please comment. Thank you. Hi, welcome to back my channel VGR tutorial point. Today topic is the wire. How many types of routers are there? Wired router and the wireless router and core router and edge router and virtual router. The wire router connecting the devices using physical cable Ethernet. It is provides stable and fast connection, especially suitable for devices to need realizing the networking performance. The wireless router use the Wi-Fi connectivity devices wireless offer mobility and convection ideal home and small office network of including wired Ethernet ports and connecting devices via cable as well. The core router. This core router handling the high-speed data traffic within the internet backbone. It is used in internet service provider ISPs, large networking operating. What is the basic router? What are the router parts? The router is the device connecting two more pocket switching network subnet street to two preliminary functions managed typical between the networking forward pockets to the different networks IP address and allowing the multiple devices use the same internet connections. Why do you need router in this? The router helps you connect multiple devices to the internet and connecting to the device to each one. Also, you can use router to create local networking or devices. The local networking is useful to want to share files among devices, allowing to employees to share software and tools and many other data also. Please subscribe my VGR tutorial channel. Please like, please share, please comment, please ask networking related questions. your VGR tutorials. A large number of commands are available in Cisco router, as well as many different protocols. Features can also be used to establish networking. This iOS software can be confusing and the intimidating and someone's new Cisco routers. Will familiarize to someone basic routers command that commonly used, well as some typical routers managing tasks. Image version is ROM version. It is the Cisco iOS software. Software has many different versions are there. Cisco iOS software each just support variety of features. The router uptime can be checked. Make sure that router has been continuous operating since it was last restarted. The uptime is inconsistent with the last router maintenance. The router may have restored because problems with the electrical circuits. It is connected to the because problem with router itself. The interface hardware inventory should be including all interface process installing to router. If any interface that install router do not show up the invitation. This memory is the interface process used for this router. Buffering pockets and the name of suggested all the interface process in the router share memory, and the performance problem can result there not enough. The main memory used to store running the configuration all routing tables. Extremely large network, it is possible to routing tables get large. They exceed the main memory capacity. The interface is the command pattern labs in the commonly sample output from the show interface. The cycle reduce check CRC. The interface line protocols, the interface related physical status interface, the first part output. The serial X is up to linear protocol of the remembrance that output is means corresponding to the serial interface output showing above. The state indicates the cable interface problem. The remote indicate and may be administratively shut down, a situation that could be causes both ends to go down to bring the interface up to use the no form the shutdown command under the interface configuration. This state of indicate that loop exited circuit. This problem could be associated with the exiting loopback interface. Output drop, the appearance output, the show interface serial commands that system attempts, and the pocket transmission buffer, no buffer are available. The TCP IP is the right view have animated input drops. The serial X command is when many pockets from that interface are still being processing them system. Input errors. The interface reset, carrier transformation of the output show logging. The command display the state of show log errors and event logging, including host address and whether console logging enabled. The slow logging is enabled and console logging disabled. Monitor logging, level debugging. 266 message logged. The level improved 266 message logged to the 192, 182, 2.238. Simple mail transfer protocol disabled to transmission after 30 seconds. These are the problems. Field description, system login, and Unix. The Cisco recovery protocols. Router update, system restart. The Cisco router protocol is media support subnet mask access protocol, simple network apps, SNAP, LAN, frame relay, ATM media, and data link layer, networking layer, and messages, multicasting address, simple mail transfer messages, hold time. The Basic Cisco iOS commands is the specify frequency transmission Cisco discovery protocol updates, and the command is the CDP timer seconds. The specify amount of this receiving device should be hold the information sent to your devices before setting. CDP is the hold time seconds. The task is the disable Cisco discovery protocol command and no CDP run. The enable Cisco device discovery protocol CDP run. The task disable Cisco discovery protocol on a interface, no CDP enable. The enable Cisco discovery protocol on the interface is CDP enable. Task of command reset the traffic counters to zeros, clear CDP counter, delete the Cisco discovery protocol table of information about neighbors, clear CDP table, display global information such as the frequency of transmissions and the hold time pocket beginning transmission, show CDP. Display information about specified neighbors. Display can be limited protocols version information. Shows CDP enter the name of protocol version. Display information about the interface on which is the discovery photo. Show CDP interface type numbers. Display information about neighbors of the display can be limited neighbors as the specified interface and expanded provided. To the more details information, show CDP neighbors type numbers of details. Display Cisco discovery protocol counter including the number of packets in the sent and receive and check some errors. The show CDP traffic. Display the information about the types of debugging or the enable for your router. Show debugging. These all our commands are useful. The basic troubleshooting. Please subscribe. Hi, welcome to back everyone. My channel BGR tutorial point. Today topic is the data link layer services provided in networking layer. This link layer, data link layer service provided the link layer. What are this open system interconnection is the abbreviation is OS, the modules. It is the primary function. Data link layer is provided into well and device services interface networking layer about. The first I will explain this diagram. The upper layer and networking layer service to the networking layer. Networking layer is providing services to the networking related activities. The data link layer service from physical layer is connectivities. The data link to physical layer. The physical connectivity is the connected all or is the physical layer under group. The virtual communication various actuality. This the main service provide transfer data pockets for networking layer. The sending mission to the networking layer, receiving mission, data link layer, and sending missions transmit accepting for the networking layer, sent to the data link layer of the distance missions, which is hands to networking layer there. The explanation, this diagram. The first one is this. The first mission was the one computer, the mission 2 is the another computer, upper layer. The networking layer is the virtual path of this, the two. Mission 1, mission 2 is internally virtual path, is cable or any networking path. The networking layer 2, networking layer, the actual path, this one. This way connected. The types of services, the unacknowledged connectionless services. The types of services in data link layer, the unacknowledged connectionless service. This is the data link layer of the sending mission, sent independent frames, data link layer, and the receiving mission. The receiving mission does not acknowledge receiving for the frame. No logical connection. It is set up between the host mission and error and data loss not to handle in the service. This is applicable in the Ethernet service voice communication. The acknowledgement connectionless service. Here No logical connections set up between the host mission, but each frame sent to source mission acknowledged by the destination. This mission receiving the source of not a receiving acknowledgement with the speed time. Then interesting acknowledged connection oriented service. This is the best service of the data link layer and the networking layer. Logical connection is set up between the two missions and the data transfer along this logical path. It is set up connection is a logical path set up between the source and destination mission. Buffer and counters are installed. Keep tracking frames, sending frames the are transmitted, release connection, the connections, release buffer and other sources are released, is appropriate satellite communication along with distance. What are the link layer services? The sending missions, receiving missions. Now I will explain this diagram also. It is responsible for receiving and getting a data bits usually from physical layer and the connection between the group and the data link layer frames. It can be transmitted features. It is the responsibility handling errors might arising transmission bit. Now I will explain what are the link layer services. This first framing, the sending mission, receiving mission, the two missions are there. Payload field. Payload field is the telecaller and frames header, the payload field and pockets. This way is distributing this. What are the service link layer protocols? This is handling detection of the frame synchronization. What are the service link layer protocols? Over the link layer, they are handling a dedication. What are the service of link layer protocol? They handling error detection, the frame synchronization, flow control making, and source data packets are correction transmitted and receiving those protocols are fundamentals in the maintaining seamless operations and internet WAN and voice network. What are the types of data link layer? The data link layer as to sub layer is the logical link control LLC and media access control MAC. What layer is link layer? The data link layer is the layer 2. It is the second layer in the 7 layers OSI modules of computer networking. The layer is the protocol layer, then transfer the data between node and networking sequence across the physical layer. What is link in networking? The networking link refer communication channels connections between two networking devices nodes. Connecting can physically like Ethernet cable or logical like wireless connection. Essentially, it is medium through which is data transmitted between this device within the network. The elaboration of the physical link layer, logical layer, data transmission layer, networking layer. The explanation of physical layer. These are tangible connections like a cable, Ethernet, fiber optical, wireless technology, physical connectivity devices. The logical layer is representative connect don't involving physical cables such as the established through the wireless network or virtual circuits. Data transmission layer. This is the link circular for enabling data is the sent received between the device within a network, forming backbone of the communication. The networking topologies. This is the link or fundamental complex in the networking topology. It is described to device or incursions. When connected your laptop by a router, you are established wireless link to the communicate with the network. What is the concept of link layer addressing? The link layer addressing refers to address used to identify devices. This link layer of the networking is essential translation between the IP address, MAC address to the ensure proper connectivity communication between networking devices. Please subscribe, please support, please comment, please ask any doubts in networking related, computer networking related questions under comment box. What are the you understanding these videos or any improvement is this videos explanations? Please suggestion, every good suggestion is acceptable. Thank you. Your VGR tutorial point. Hi, hello friends. Welcome to back my VGR tutorial point. The today topic is the farming in data link lab. How many types of farming are there? I will tell in this video. Please watch till the end. So many useful tips are there. The farming are the unit of digital transmission, particularly computer networking and telecommunication. Farming are compatible pocket energy called photons. The case of light energy, farming continuously use time division multiplex. The forming point-to-point connection between two computers devices, wire which is data transmitted, streaming bits, the Ethernet token ringing, forming relay, and the other data links are technologies who have their own forming structure, form, and enter that information such as error checking code. The forming is important aspect data link layer protocol designing because it allows the transmission data be organized and control ensure that data is delivered actually. The problem of forming. The detecting start of the forming. When you forming is transmitted, every station must be able to detect station detection forming by locking out of the special sequence bits that make you beginners of the forming. SFD stand for starting forming, right? How does the station detection form? Every station needs to link SFD pattern. The through sequence circuit is the SFD detection. Sequentially circuit alerts station the detecting the forming. When you stop reading the forming, handling the errors. The forming errors may be occurred due to noise or the transmission errors, which is causes of the mini step form. There are the error detection and the correction mechanisms such as cycle reduction check CRRC, cycle reduction check called CRC, used to ensure that integrated of the forming. The forming over every forming is header and the trailer and content control. Informs the source destinations. The forming incompatibility. The different networking devices protocol may be used different forming methods which can be leads incompatibility for different framing method. Device may be able to correct interpreted the forming synchronization. This forming synchronization is the each other avoid consoling the ensure the communicate synchronization record that all stations complexing network with maybe devices varying traffic loads. Forming efficiency. The forming should be designing the minimized amount of data overall with maximize available bandwidth. Data transmission identification. The types of forming. The types of forming is there are two types of forming, fixed size and this forming is fixed sizes. There is no need to provide boundaries to the frame length and the frame itself act the drawback. It is suffering from internal augmentation of the data size less than to the form size. Solution padding. The variable size. This is the need to definition of form as well as this being to length field. You can use the Ethernet. The problem is that sometimes is the length field by getting corruption. The indelimate ED. The introducing this bit stuffing, sending stuffing, receiving the frames The forming data link layer also presented the challenges which is including variable frame length frame, and depending on data being transmitted, which can lead to interruptions of the transmission. To address this issue, protocols such as HDLC, PPP use sequences start in the each from the bit stuffing, the error detections, efficiency. This efficiency use available bandwidth critically ensure that transmission quick, reliable, aware over sorted forming. What is the data forming? This data forming display in the format of table. Data forming have different types of data inside, while the columns, characters, second, third can be numeric, logical, or where each column should be have some type of data. Forming essential efficiency data transmission because allows the error detection and recovery by dividing into data in smaller forming loss corrupted on the transmissions. What are the forming in computer network? Forming is the computer network refer to the data units and the data link layer 2 and the SIO modules of the encrypted pockets from the networking layer 3 and controlling information like header and trailers, transmissions, physical media. The part of the forming, form head and payload field flag trailers. Problems of the forming, location at the beginners of the form, how will the station notice form, types of a fixed size form and variable size forming. Approach the forming in computer network, character counts and flag bytes and byte stuffing, bit stuffing, length field and clock based timings. Advantage of forming data link layer. This forming are used continuously process time divide multiplex. It is the facility of this sender's transmission group, valid bits recovery. Forming also content headers and including informs such as error checking codes. Forming really token ringing, Ethernet and other types of data link layer methods have their form structure. The forming. Hi, welcome to back everyone my channel BGR tutorial point. Today topic is the data link layer services provided in networking layer. This link layer, data link layer service provided the link layer. What are this open system interconnection is the abbreviation is OS, the modules. It is the primary function data link layer is provided into well and device services interface networking layer about. The first I will explain this diagram. The upper layer and networking layer service to the networking layer. Networking layer is providing services to the networking related activities. The data link layer service from physical layer is connectivities. The data link to physical layer. The physical connectivity is the connected all or is the physical layer under group. The virtual communication various actuality this. The main service provide transfer data pockets for networking layer. The sending mission to the networking layer, receiving mission, data link layer and sending missions transmit accepting for the networking layer sent to the data link layer of the distance missions which is hands to networking layer there. The explanation, this diagram. The first one is this. The first mission was the one computer, the mission 2 is the another computer, upper layer. The networking layer is the virtual path of this, the two. Mission 1, mission 2 is internally virtual path is cable or any networking path. The networking layer 2, networking layer, the actual path this one. This way he connected. The types of services, the unacknowledged connectionless services. The types of services in data link layer, the unacknowledged connectionless service. This is the data link layer of the sending mission, sent independent frames, data link layer and the receiving mission. The receiving mission does not acknowledge receiving for the frame. No logical connection it is set up between the host mission and error and data loss not to handle in the service. This is applicable in the Ethernet service voice communication. The acknowledgement connectionless service. Here, no logical connections set up between the host mission, but each frame sent to source mission acknowledged by the destination. This mission receiving the source of not a receiving acknowledgement with the split time. Then interesting acknowledged connection oriented service. This is the best service of the data link layer and the networking layer. Logical connection is set up between the two missions and the data transfer along this logical path. It is set up connection is a logical path set up between the source and destination mission. Buffer and counters are installed. Keep tracking frames, sending frames the are transmitted, release connection, the connections, release buffer and other sources are released, is appropriate satellite communication along with distance. What are the link layer services? The sending missions, receiving missions. Now I will explain this diagram also. It is responsible for receiving and getting a data bits usually from physical layer and the connection between the group and the data link layer frames. It can be transmitted features. It is the responsibility handling errors might arising transmission bit. Now I will explain what are the link layer services. This first framing, the sending mission, receiving mission, the two missions are there. Payload field. Payload field is the telecaller and frames header, the payload field and pockets. This way is distributing this. What are the service link layer protocols? This is handling detection of the frame synchronization. What are the service link layer protocols? Over the link layer, they are handling it dedication. What are the service of link layer protocol? They handling error detection, the frame synchronization, flow control making, and source data packets are correction transmitted and receiving those protocols are fundamentals in the maintaining seamless operations and internet WAN and voice network. What are the types of data link layer? The data link layer as to sub layer is the logical link control LLC and media access control MAC. What layer is link layer? The data link layer is the layer 2. It is the second layer in the 7 layers OSI modules of computer networking. The layer is the protocol layer, then transfer the data between node and networking segment across the physical layer. What is link in networking? The networking link refer communication channels connections between two networking devices nodes. Connecting can physically like Ethernet cable or logical like wireless connection. Essentially, it is medium through which is data transmitted between this device within the network. The elaboration of the physical link layer, logical layer, data transmission layer, networking layer. The explanation of physical layer. These are tangible connections like a cable, Ethernet, fiber optical, wireless technology, physical connectivity devices. The logical layer is a representative connect don't involving physical cables such as the established through the wireless network or virtual circuits. Data transmission layer. This is the link circular for enabling data is the sent received between the device within a network, forming backbone of the communication. The networking topologies. This is the link or fundamental complex in the networking topology. It is described two devices or incursions. When connected your laptop Wi-Fi router, you are established wireless link to the communicate with the network. What is the concept of link layer addressing? The link layer addressing refers to address used to identify devices. This link layer of the networking is essential translation between the IP address, MAC address to the ensure proper connectivity communication between networking devices. Please subscribe, please support, please comment, please ask any doubts in networking related, computer networking related questions under comment box. What are the you understanding these videos or any improvement is this videos explanations? Please suggestion, every good suggestion is acceptable. Thank you. Your VGR tutorial point. Hello. Hi, welcome to back my channel VGR tutorial point, and my old channel is Tech Dude 8481. It is please support, please subscribe. Today topic is the TCP IP shoot. What is the outcome of this video? Just watch till the end. The outcome is, first one is the why is the TCP used, what is the full form of the IP, what is the TCP IP shoot for stands, what are the TCP protocols, and HTTP, HTTPS and NTP standard networking time protocol, why TCP IP module does not have physical layer, the HTTP hyper transfer protocol, and HTTPS is the hypertext protocol secure, the FTP file transfer protocol, it is the take care of how to file is not be sent over the internet. SMTP simple mail transfer protocol, you send this receive data. This many topics are covered this video. Please watch till the end, subscribe and share, like, comment. It is useful information to you. Let us go to the video. The TCP protocol suite. This is our today topic. This TCP IP protocol as shown. This is the following diagram. TCP IP protocol. It contains 4 layers only. Observe this 4 layers. The first one is the physical layer. The second one is the internet protocol IP. The transfer layer and compression layer is this transfer layer, and the transfer layer is the transmission controlling protocol TCP and user diagram protocol UDP. The application layer is the application, the software. The difference between a TCP IP and OSI modules. First I will explain the TCP IP. TCP IP refers to transmission to control protocol. OS refers to open system interactions. The TCP IP is both sessions and the presentation layer in the application layer. The both are combined. This TCP IP covered. The OSI useful different sessions on the presentation layer only. The TCP IP follow connectionless horizontal approach. The OS follow the vertical approach only. The different, that is the horizontal, the straight line, the vertical is a top line, down to top. The difference between this. The transport layer in the TCP IP does not have provide assure delivery of the packets. In this OSI modules, the transport layer is provide assurance delivery of the packets 100%. It is the protocol cannot be replied easily to in TCP IP mode, while the OS model protocols are better covered and they're easy to replace the technology change. The TCP IP modules networking layer on the provided plus IP. The services, the transport layer is TCP IP provide connectionless and connections oriented services are provided by the networking layer OS modules. The advantage of TCP IP modules, the interruptibility and stability, standardization, flexibility, reliability. These 5 advantages of TCP. The interruptibility. What are the interruptibility? This is the main. The TCP/IP modules allows different types of computers and networking communication with each other. The promoting compatible and cooperation among to drive to systems. This is example. The TCP/IP is given to the connecting different, just like one faculty is that connecting different type of students, it is communicate the different way to the is understanding of that. Why this is the TCP/IP work. The scalability. The scalability is the TCP/IP highly scaled, making suitable both small and large networking from local area networking, LAN, and to wide area networking, WAN like the internet. The scalability, it is adjusted small area network also. It is also cover the wide area network. The flexibility. The module support various routing protocols, data types, and communication methods. The making and the adaptability different networking needs. The so many types of networking classes are there. It is adaptable in the class A to class C, class D. It is communicated very easily. This means the reliability. The TCP/IP including errors checking, retransmission features to ensure reliable data transfer even over long distance and throughout various networking conditions. What are the disadvantages? TCP/IP modules, TCP/IP suite is the same. That is, the communication of the word is different. The meaning is same. The complex configuration setting UPF managing TCP networking complex, especially large networking with many devices. This complex can lead to the configure errors. The security corners. TCP/IP was not a original design security mind, while there are now many security protocols available such as SSL, TSSL. This is the TCP/IP modules which leads to vulnerability. Inefficient small networking, the every small networking overhead, the complexity of the TCP/IP modules, and unnecessary insufficient compare similar networking protocol, limited by address space. All the IP6 address issues older IP4 systems as to limited address space, which leads to issues of the address exactly large networking. Data overhead. TCP/IP transport protocol including significant amount overhead. It ensuring reliable transmission that can reduce efficiently, especially small data pockets in networking speed and crucial. The TCP/IP transmission control protocol and UDP user diagram protocol, IP internet protocol. The application layer, transport layer, networking layer, and transport layer. The difference between TCP/IP features. The TCP/IP transmission control protocol, IP is internet protocol. Purpose of this TCP/IP ensure reliable order to and error checking delivery data between application, provide address and routing packets across the networking. Type of connections were countless. Function of this both. TCP is the managing data transmission between devices, ensure data integrated and others. The IP is the router packets and data from the source of the destination based and the error handling as including error checking and the recovery mechanism. No, IP itself does not handle error, relies on upper layer and protocol like TCP. TCP IP in computer network is the layer of TCP/IP modules, application layer first one, transport layer, and TCP, UDP layer, and network internet layer IP, and network access layer. This is the difference flow control of the TCP/IP including flow control of the mechanism. The IP is the no flow control. Congestion control is thus managing networking designing TCP and IP is no. The data segmentation break the data into smaller pockets, reassemble them the destination in TCP, and IP is the break data into pockets but does not handle the rest. Reassembled, the header size of the TCP large in 20 to 60 bytes. The IP is the smaller, typical to 20 bytes only. The reliability of provide reliable data transfer, does not have guarantee to reliable or order. The transmission acknowledgement is there. TCP IPS acknowledgement receipt data is pockets there. The TCP IP no. IP no. What is the full form of IP? The full form of IP is Internet Protocol, and IP address is unique numerical identification assigning to each devices connected to the internet or local network. It is like a device address into internet, allowing the device to find the communication each other. Why is TCP used? The TCP used to ensure reliable order delivery and data packets across the network. It connection-oriented protocol established connection between the sender and receiver before transmission data, ensuring data integrated and manage full control. What is the size of TCP? The minimum header size is the 20 bytes and the maximum header size is the TCP is the 60 bytes. Optional field 0 to 40 bytes can be added other header. The header size is words. The header is described. The having minimum is the 5 words and the maximum is 15 words. Each word beginning 32 bit and 4 bytes. The size of the TCP segment, which is including header and data, also important. Physical layer. What is the physical layer? At the bottom of the stack, physical layer is the which is deal with the actual transmission data over physical media such as serial lines, Ethernet token rings, FDDI rings, and the hyper channels. Messages can also send and receive over other non-physical access methods such as DTAM, SNA. Internet Protocol IP layer. This is above the physical layer is the Internet Protocol IP layer, which deals with other routing of packets from computer and other the IP layer that determines which lower level protocol use means multiple interfaces. Transport layer. This transport layer IP is the transport layer, which is the content, the transmission control TCP and user data gram protocol UDP, transmission control protocol TCP. The transmission control protocol TCP guarantees the data sent by the higher level delivery and ordered without corruption to complex level service. This is a data protocol UDP. Unlike TCP, use datagram protocol UDP transmission, receiving the packets datagram, a delivery not guarantee. The application layer. The above the transfer layers is the application layers, which contains both general and application function library used for the application layer. Please subscribe our VGR tutorial. Please share. Please comment. Thanking you once again your VGR tutorial. Because the data divided into multiple required parts that can be inspected. This everyone, welcome to back my channel VGR tutorial points, and my old channel is Tech.848. Today topic is the what is the addressing in networking. How many types of networking addresses are there? What are their usage? What is the benefit of this? The after that video's outcome is the what is IP addressing 6 and cover this video. What is IP address? What is the loop back I address and what is the web address? What is IP multicast? What is external IP address? What is the dynamic IP address? What is limited broadcasting address? And what is the hi friends, this is the networking. What is the network? Subnet and equal. This is the address is subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3. This one is the host numbers. Host numbers are there. It is starting is this 128.142.00 and host 0000. This ending is 128.42.0021. This is the IP4 addressing. This the format is the 32-bit. Oct is 192, oct 168, oct 1, oct 10. It is the 32-bit is dividing into the 1 byte is 4 bits. It's the equal 4 bytes is equivalent to 32 bytes. What is the IP address is the 8 bit and 1 byte. 8 bit is 1 byte, 8 bit is 1 byte. This is the IP address 192.168.1 to going to 10 computers. It is the subnet address is the subnet mask is the 255.255.255.0. This one. What is the IP address in the both are private IP addresses and public IP address usage. The private IP address use private networking, home office or international communication, any industry, any organization. Connectivity not accessible over the internet, enhance the security. Assignment by routers, reusability can be reused in a different private network. Security confirmed local network not exposed this private network. The public network usage of the communication over the public internet. Connectivity is accessible over the internet, required external connections. Assignments is the assigning by internet service providers service. Unix across the internet to the web applications. Security exposed the internet more vulnerable and to attack. The internet is divided into 5 classes A, B, C, D, E. The 0 XS0000 and last IP address is the 127.255.255.255 in the class B is the 10xx into the starting IP address is the 128.000.0. The last IP address is 191.255.255.255. The class is the 110x and the 192.00001 starting IP address and last ending IP address 223.255.255.255. The class D is the 1110 is the bit. It is the starting IP address the 224.0.0.0. The ending IP address, last IP address is the 239.255.255.255. The class E, the 41111 1111. It is the starting IP address 240.0.0.0, 255.255.255.255. This the IP address for format dotted decimals is the first octa, second octa and third octa. Fourth octet is called. It is the binary numbers are given this way. You observe this binary numbers. The 4 bytes is equal to 32 bit. 8 byte is 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. The 4 8s the 32, that was the 32 bits. The dynamic IP address. What was the dynamic IP address? Automatically assigning the which is the IP address is not used, that particular IP address is given. This is the called DCHP servers. It is full of the IP address 4. It is the 801020 into 2 is the sequence it is given the 80.10.20.254. It is assigning this way. Any IP address is not used, the particular IP address automatically is assigning in the dynamic IP address to DCHP servers. It is broadband providers are a limited pool of the IP4 and address to assigning subscribers. The DCP servers are there managing IP locations, releasing the addresses subscribers for the limited time. It is one IP address is not using system. The IP address selected automatically another system. That particular subscriber router is not no IP addresses. This is the another IP address. Limited broadcast. What is the limited broadcasting? In this case, A, B, and C, and address with all is the for the knitted and hosted depend broadcasting address in the current network, where the router will block packets in having this type of address contain the broadcasting to the local network, knitted and hosted all in one. Destination IP address is 255.255.255. It is given the networking. It is the router block the limited broadcasting packets. The given the how many systems are which series are connection to the given this the particular series particular IP numbers is access this particular limited broadcasting the particular document. This limited broadcasting address is used by the host of the send packets every host in the same network, or where the packets block the router into the config the packets local network. This way is arrange this. The multicasting. The multicasting means is very easy. The one is the host, the so many routers are used, so many users are access the same similar data. It is the single provider and multi users is called multicasting. This way, the IP address classes and range. Observe this picture and clearly is given provided this picture. This the unicast and multicast is the one diagram. I will explain this. This is the sender IP address 192.168.0.1. This is the addressing. This is the router. The unique packets address is each destination IP address. There are same IP address series 31.1.1 and 32.1.1, 33 dot. This is the different networking series is the 32.1 dot and 32 dot, 33 dot. That's why it is one is the given this input as a dividing into the unicasting the different routers, different IP addresses, different networking. This is this series 33 series, this series is 32 series, this green color arrow series is a 31 series, this brown color arrow series 32 series, this light blue color arrow series is 33 series networking. It is unicasting. It is given one network. It is the sender is the 192.168. It's a unicast the different networks in providing to routers and distributing the similar packages, similar data and different networks at a time. The multicast. Multicast means the sender is the one and the users are so many. Multicast group is the given the example 224.1.10. It is reflecting each node is along to the tree. It is providing is this way. You can transfer access this and this. You observe this picture clearly provided. The NAT. What is the NAT? Host and private network internet. This is the private networking. What are the differences? Private networking and public networking. This image is explained this way. Host is the one is the networking is the 10.0.0.1. This is a private networking one organization. Example RGB organization. The router is given to the output connection. The input is given to the this private network. Output is going to the different IP. The public IP address is showing this 150.150.0.0.1. This is the internet is the server. The IP address is 200.100.10.1. In this phase changes according to the NAT. The source IP address is this one. You observe this 200.100.10.1. This is the source IP address. The destination IP address is going to this. You observe this 10.0.0.1. You observe this place is the source IP address is 200.100.10.1. The destination IP address is given this. Again this come this way data change according this 150.50.0.1 this way. This is the one type of public address maintenance. This is the private networking IP address. This is the access mobile and tab and laptop and the one desktop system. This router IP one address is 192. Sorry, this router IP address is the 82.129.80.111. This is the internet service provider. This the same series you observe. This is the 192.168.1.12 1.4 is similar networking is there. This is the private networking, this is the public networking. The between this both are is internally connected into the router. The public IP address, private IP address. It is, you observe, this is very simple. This is the one picture diagram, that is only the subject is there. Very easily, the wired computer, this is our home router. This is our printer and smartphone and wireless laptop. It is the both are connected in wireless and the both are connected with wire. This is the router is incoming and outgoing data option, both wired and wirelessly operating this similar one devices to this router operating wireless devices and at a time wired devices also. This is the modem is located into the house and the provided your IP address, ISP provider. The internet service is the globally kept as the international standard. This is public IP address. Limited broadcasting refer to a broadcasting local physical network information. A broadcasting limited signal spares. Limited broadcasting used during this. What is multicasting? This computer networking game, you observe this. The multicasting, the one is the source. The multicasting different out of the so many receivers or receiver and clients are using this data as different out of different networking, different locations. This is the multicasting example. Networking address. How to know your public private IP address, what is the automatic private IP address, link local address, how to find loop back address. This many topics are covered. The outcome of this, what is the IP6 address planning, what is the IP address, what is the loop back address, what is the web address, what is the IP address, multicasting address, what is the external IP address, and what is the dynamic IP address, what is the limited broadcasting address, what is IP address, what is networking address. Know your public and private IP address and the automatic private IP address and link loop address and how to find loop back address. First, what is the addressing in networking? This main networking address is fundamental system assigning Unicode identify each device networking. It is each device's networking use a unique IP address sending to receiving data accurately and efficiently. Where you are the four types of IP networking address. The four level address is perfectly used. This is the first one is the TCP IP and second protocol, and the third one is the physical, and the fourth one is the logical port, third one. The fourth one is the first file. What is addressing routing computer network? The IP routing is processing. What is the address routing computer network? IP routing process host and routing forward at pockets layer 3D PDUs while relaying understanding LAN and WAN forwarding bits IP address in this. What is addressing transport protocol? The addressing transport protocol identify specify communication endpoint to host and application within a network. What is addressing TCP IP? This TCP IP including address allows users and application to the identify specify network host which is communicated. What are different type of addressing networking? Unicast, multicast, broadcast addressing. What is web addressing? This web addressing is the first URL web address http www 4ge.organic. This one. How to use web addressing? The web addressing can be accessed in 4 simple steps. Step 1, go to your web browser and type the website name into address bar on your can type the entire web address of the web page you want to access. If you know their entire web address, the third step is press enter. The fourth step is the take you the home page and respective web site. Can you navigate it to the Hi, welcome to back my channel Vijaya Tutorial. Find my old channel Tech Dude 8481. Today topic is the HDLC is the networking. This HDLC networking high level data link layer control. It the basic data link layer control protocol that widely used computer network is primarily functions to the ensure that integrated frame flow management, error detection, point to point, and what is the HDLC use. This high-level data link layer control is communicate protocol used for transmission data between devices in telecommunication and networking. What are the different types of HDLs? This HDLs is frame including frame following type, information frame, I frame. They are responsible for transmission useful data information. Supervision of the frame is called S frame. This is responsible for error control, fluid control. Unmanagable frames means U frames. They are responsible for these U frames established here down and so. What is the maximum frame size of the HDLC? This window size variation at typical 7 frames must have total lines and up to 128 frames for the satellite. Hello friends, now I will explain high level data link layer control. It is called abbreviation HDLC. This is the high level data link layer control groups communication protocols data link layer. It transmits data between a networking point to node. Since of the data link protocol data organization frames transmit via networking to destination verify successfully arrival. It is a bit oriented protocol. The transfer mode and normal response mode NRM. This now I will explain this. Normal response mode, the black diagram is the primary rotation and command go to. The secondary rotation is the response is coming. This first position. The second position is point to point communication. Primary station and secondary station to computers to users, multi-users are there. To multiple communication is given to command to this secondary station. The secondary stations also users are response multi-users at a time. The asynchronous balancing mode, this is the I will explain. Asynchronous balance mode is the ABM abbreviation. A configuration is the balanced example. Each station can both sending commands and response to the command. It used only point to point communication. The station asynchronous balance mode station, the command response, the station and another station also command response is the both side is the protocols are this flag, address, control and payload FFC. This is the HDL forms the flag 1 byte and address 1 byte, control 1 byte, payload variable and FCSC 2 or 4 bytes and flag is 1 byte. The types of forms, the I form, super form, supervisor form and U form, unnumberable frame. The HDL form, the I form is the flag, address, control, use data form, upper layer FCSC flag. Super form, the flag, address, control, FCSC flag. U form, flag, address, control, management, FCSC flag. The HDL encapsulation protocols is the 6-7 fields like a start, in flag field and control field and information field, FCS frame check sequences field. The standard HDL's protocol contains 6 fields: address field, control field, protocol field. Verify HDL's script. Troubleshoot HDL encrypts. Show IP interface brief. Show interface. Presence of non-Cisco router remote side usage. Other protocols such as PPP by remote side router be resolved swapping all the fault cables. Failure of the hardware. This issue can be solved. Change the serial line on other ports. Please subscribe our VGR tutorial channel. Please like, please share. Thank you once again. You are VGR tutorials. Why is HDLC important? This HDLC support both direction and bidirectional communication. HDLC provide following control mechanism during the communication process. Ensure that the transmitter does not overvalue receiving this. What are the application of HDLC? This basically provides the reliable delivery data from frames over to networking communication. The HDLC provides operation of the framing data, transparency, as well as the detection, this corrections of the event flow control. What is the characteristic of HDLC? The HDLC provides both the connections oriented and connectionless and services have these features frames. What layer of the HDLC? This HDLC is the layer 2 technology. The HDLC is the group of data links layer 2 protocol use transmission synchronize data packets between the point to point and node. Data is organized addressable. The frame, this is the frame we used multiple protocols and instead of the HDLC likes framing protocol describe this. What are the key features of this HDLC? The bit-oriented protocol. HDLC transmitted data and bit streaming their characteristic-oriented protocol. Framing. The HDLC's definition for formats including flag synchronization, addressing, controlling information that if any and other frame check sequence error detection, flow control. This HDLC implementation mechanism to manage flow data between the networking node, prevent one node to from overwhelming another. Error control. HDLC including error detection correction mechanisms such as cycle redundancy check CRCS. This automatic relation transmission requested ARQ. This automatic retransmission request the ARQS services. The connection of the oriented, the connectionless services. The HDLC can provide both connection oriented where a connection is established before data transmission and the connectionless is where our data is transmitted independently services. The station type services, this is the HDLC definition, prime, secondary and combination station, different roles and data transmission operation modes. The HDL support response for mode NRM, asynchronous response mode ARM, and the asynchronous balance mode ABM. This frame structure, this HDL's frame typically including following field: flag marks beginning and the end of the frame, the address identification receiving, the control content information about the frames type, the I frame, S frame and U frame, the following the flow control, the information, the data being transmitted optionally, the frame check sequence FCS used error detection. The common application is the networking HDLC used by networking environment including point to point, multiple point link. The telecommunication HDLC plays role the communication networking, frame relay networking, the ISO IES standards. HDLC's definition international organized standards IOS in the standard. Please subscribe my VGR tutorial and please share, please comment. Thank you once again your tech tool and your VGR tutorials. These are web pages, home pages or the website. Hi, welcome to back everyone. My channel VGR tutorial and my old channel is the Tech Dude 8481. Today topic is the networking, the line configuration components. This is the first is the networking is two or more devices connected through the link. Of the link is the communication of the computers then transmit the data each device, one device to one device, line drawn thus between the. These are two types of the point-to-point connections and multiple connection points-to-point connections. The point-to-point connections is the provided and dedicated and between the hall. Now I will explain this point-to-point networking. The black diagram, workstation, the link between the two systems is the link means this is the wired link or twisted pair cable, Cat6 cable. The mainframe server and link and workstation. The workstation and satellite link wire and satellite link wire and workstation. This way is given to point. Multiple connections use the mainframe server is one. The link cable and this hubs are there. The hubs is to given to workstation 1, 2, 3 is the multiple connection. The same similar package, similar lines are utilizing. This is the cost effective and the devices, the capacity, maintenance, less maintenance. Welcome to back my channel Vijaya Tutorial. Today topic is the line configuration of networking. This line configuration of networking is a network is two or more devices connected to a link. A link is the communicated path of the transfer data one device to another device to be computer printers, any other devices to capable send receive data for visual purpose, image, any link line. It is between the 2 points. The communication occurred. The two devices must be connected some way to the same link same time. There are two possible types connections: point-to-point connection, multiple connection. Point-to-point connection. A point-to-point connection is provided to dedicated to the between two devices. The entire capacity of links are result transmission with those who have the devices. More, the most point-to-point connection used to actual length of wire capable of connection two ends, but other positions such as the micro or satellite link are also possible. Point-to-point networking topology consider be one of the easiest, most conventional networking. It is also simple by established understanding examples point-to-point connection between the remote control and television channels. This is the one diagram I will show you. This the aware some features different configuration computer network. This point-to-point is the use dedicated link to connection to device. Simple, easy to set up and limited two devices only. Does not require networking interface card or the switch. It cannot require. Can become a complex, difficult manage as the networking growth. Multiple point use the single link connections, three or more devices. More complex point-to-point configuration can be more efficient and cost efficiency. Large networking devices share same link, which can lead to collision and lower performance. Community use LAN and MAN, local area network and metropolitan area networking. This is the star topology or this star topology. All devices networking connected in central hub or it's easy to manage this network. This is the providing the performance reliable signals. Point failure of the switch can affect entire the networking. Additional hardware cabling. This the mesh topology. The mesh topology, every device is connected. Very device the networking provide highest level reliability. Resolution can be handling high traffic, heavy loaded, heavy experience, difficult managing, community use, mission critical networking, large WAN. Choosing the right configuration dependent specified needs. That the networking including factors such as size and networking. The different configuration various advantages of disadvantages. What are that? The advantages of point-to-point networking, the high bandwidth and security also there, the reliability also there, the reduce the latency between the communication one point to another point, the increasing the control of this, improving performance also there. This the distance point to point connections also, the cost efficiency, easy to manage this way. Now I will tell you the advantage of point to point. These many features are there, total 7 features. First feature is the high bandwidth. This point to point connected provide dedicated link between two devices, which means that entire capacity of links are reserved to devices only. It results point to point connection usually high bandwidth, which is making suitable transfer autonomous of the data. This is security point-to-point connection, more secure and multiple connections. And because dedicated only device, there's no risk and other devices you are opening communication interface with us anyway. The reliability of the, because point-to-point networking is the connected provide dedicated links between the two devices, usually more reliable. Share links, there are problems to link, errors to troubleshoot and find because there are only two devices. Reduce latency, point-to-point connections have the lower latency. Then the means it is data can be transmitted more quick, and which is especially important of this real-time application such as the conference online gaming. This is increasing control. Point-to-point connections provide great control of networking, traffic, bandwidth, connections, location. This allows more efficiency of those networking resources. The increasing control, the point-to-point connections also controlling great control, networking, traffic, bandwidth, locations to help prevent issues such as the networking congestion bottleneck. The improving performance. The distance point to connections can be established over longer distance. Multiple connections is because this dedicated cost efficiency. Point to point connections cost efficiency, certain situations connected build off with the location, easy to manage. The easy to manage point to point connections manage because there are only devices invalid, reduce the complex networking administration, make is troubleshoot problems harass. What are the disadvantages of this point-to-point connection? The cost of setting up the point-to-point connection can be more expensive setting of shared links. It because dedicated link layout is one infrastructure such as cables, router switches. Scalability. The point-to-point is connections to not easily scalable. It is required separate link for each pair devices. This can be limitation for large networking required device many connected maintain. The limited flexibility point-to-point connections are limited flexibility compared with multiple connection because they only allows communication with two devices. This can be limitation for the application required calibration coordination. What are the time consumption of installation of the settings? This point-to-point is the connections can be consumed. The required dedicated to be established between the two devices can be a disadvantage situation where there critical such as this emergency responsible systems. Availability failures. This point-to-point is connection availability is failure. There is a problem to one of the devices or the link. It is this can leads to down the distribution or networking service, which is can be cost business. The limitation of reductionary point-to-point connections offer limited or reduction compare multiple connections such as there are no alternative links available. The similar links fails. It can be disadvantage situation where high availability critical such as a mission critical application. Limited calibration can point-to-point connection. Limited calibration between the multiple devices which can be disadvantage situations. The multiple devices are needed together to achieve connection goals. This can be limited applications such as a video conference, online gaming. Limited of this interruptibility, point-to-point connections may have limited interruptibility of the other device network. This can be disadvantage situation where multiple devices networking need to communicate with each other. The multiple connection is also called as multiple drives configuration. This devices more two or devices share to the split sharing. The several devices can share link simultaneously. It is the cause strictly shared line configuration, the temporary link sharing configuration, or if you use text terms using the links, it is the called temporary shared time shared line configuration. I will show this diagram on this. What are the advantages of multi-point connection? This multi-point connection cost efficiency. Multi-point connections are usually less expensive than point-to-point connections because they allow multiple devices share the same resources such as cable, router, switches. It is utilizing three basic physical layer equipment. First one cable, second one router, and the third one is a switch. The scalability. The multiple connections are more scalable and the point-to-point connections because they allows multiple devices to be connected to the same link, make them suitable. Large network require many devices to connect. The flexible multiple connections are more flexible than point-to-point connection because they allows multiple devices communication with each other same link. This is the multiple device. Increasing efficiency. Multiple connection can be improve networking efficiency, allows multiple devices transmission data simultaneously. This reduces chances of this connections. The simplified management. The multiple connections simplify the networking management, reduce the number of physical connectivities need to manage, reduce the complexity of the networking administrator to work and troubleshoot a problem, enhance calibration. These multiple connections enable to multiple users the calibrate real-time regardless their locations, allows team to work together more efficiency, improving product and reducing the improving reliability. The multiple connections can be improved networking reliability to provide attention path data transmission. If one of the false data can be automatically through another path, ensure that networking connectivity is maintenance. The great access. These multiple connections can provide great access to networking resources such as the service printer and storage device. This allows users share resource and calibration more efficiency, improving productivity, reducing cost, improving security. Multiple connections can be improved networking security, allowing centralized monitoring, control networking traffic, make it detect. This is prevent security such as unauthorized. The disadvantage of multiple connections is limited bandwidth, security, reliability of this latency, complexity, and networking congestion, limited control interface, limited distance. This. Please subscribe my VGR tutorial and please share, please like, please comment. Thanking you once again. You are tagged and your VGR tutorials. Devices connectivity. This is the cost of efficiency. Multiple connections usually less expensive than point-to-point connection because it allows multiple devices share to the same resource such as a cable, router, switch. Scalability. Multiple connections are more scalability point-to-point connections. The flexibility. Multiple connections are more flexible than point-to-point connection because it allows multiple devices communicate with each other over the same link. The increasing efficiency. The multiple connection improve networking efficiency, allowing the multiple device transmit data simultaneously. The simplify management. The multiple connections simplify networking management, reduce the number of physical connectivity to the meaning market is troubleshooting problem is very easy to administrator. The improving reliability. These all abbreviations is very useful to networking system administration and computer engineering and computer maintenance engineering, Cisco engineers. It is very useful to asking so many questions is the abbreviations. What are this? Flow control, error control, RDDL, and check, random check, CRC. The very useful this each and everyone is getting a job purpose. Please subscribe our VGR tutorial. Please check, please comment, please watch, please ask technical related and networking related questions, computers or networking. Thank you. Your VGR. This is the media access control, the max sublayer. What are the max sublayer is divided into three functions. This full form is multiple access protocol. The random access protocol. This is it is along hollow CSMA function, CSMA slash CD and CSMA plus slash CA. The control flow access protocol. This is the MAC is the reservation, polling and token processing. This the channelization protocol. This is the sub-function is the FDMA, TDMA, CDMA, OFDMA tutorial. Welcome to back my channel VGR tutorial point. Today topic is the discussion about the sublayer of the data link layer 2. What are these functions? This is the main function of the data link layer. It is the following flow control, error control, congestion control. This is two ways is divided into logical link layer control LLC, the media access control MLC. This way the link in the DDL sublayers is the dedicated link DL and broadcasting link DL are the two categories links DDL. This DDL use one the part of link capacity from the one point to another point, 2-point link in the and the BL use of the capacity link shared among the several users. LLC sublayers deal with the use common DL BL, while the BL means broadcasting link, DL means dedicated link. The max sublayer deals only challenging was BL. Now I will explain this diagram. Hello friends, this diagram is explain the DDL sublayer block diagram. The first one is the OSI layer. The second one is the DDL sublayer, the function of the sublayer. The OSI layer is the 7 applications are there. Everybody should know this. Once again I will repeat: physical layer, data link layer, networking layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. After that, TDL sublayer is connecting with the data link layer of the second layer. It is data link layer is the connecting to the networking, and LL sublayer and MAC sublayer and physical layer, it is connectivity. This sublayer. After that, this is going to the DLL sublayer is to the networking layer function of the all LLC. These functions of this forming, flow control, error control, information control, operation, both dedicated and broadcasting links. After that, the LL sublayer is connecting the function of the MAC. This MAC is the, everybody should know, the connection of controlling for multiple accesses. Multiple access means one sender, the number of 60 or 120 users access this similar data. The operating broadcasting link alone. This is the DL sublayer block diagram. OS layer and DDL sublayer and functional of the sublayer. The logical link control LL sublayers. The forming is the packaging of purpose of the message of the separate message of this by two oriented protocol, also known as characteristic oriented protocol bit organization. The protocols of the LL sublayers. This is the protocol of the specified rules of the termination of the in link of the required following conversion. This LL sublayers of DDL. All protocols used either be functions oriented. It is the accounts of the oriented logical connections in the will first established between the two nodes before the sending. The types of LLC sublayers protocols. There are two primary types of LL sublayer protocols. Is the positive acknowledgement returns PAR, the auto reply request ARQ. The PAR protocol usually for acknowledgement reflection of the sender return resubmit form. There is no reply for the reply time express. The ARQ protocol is divided into two protocols. It is stop and wait pipelines and go back hand. These pipelines are both follow and error control, but communication forming at the time stop and wait protocols. The pipelines protocols are divided feature into go back. Selected retransmission, the go back and protocol receiving must receive forms in the sequentially order, while form may not be received sequentially order in the selected transmission protocols. The media access control sublayers. The media access control is abbreviations MAC. This is the major function of the MAC sublayer conditions, the controlling the burnouts and the connections use communication links and the broadcasting links BL. It is the multiple access protocols coordinating access links and the MAC sublayers handle control. This MAC sublayers receiving data from the LLC, the layer on the reframes of the data, adding destination, physical address, MAC address, the form of transmission. The many protocols within the MAC sublayers and they have been devising handles access shared links and protocols broadly divided into the groups. The first group, the random access protocol, it is abbreviation RAPS. The second one is control access protocol. This is abbreviation CAPS. The challenges protocol CPS. The figure next shows the complete explanation. The media access control MAC sublayer diagram. Now I will explain in this the screen. The first one is the random access protocol, multiple access protocol, and this is the sublayer is there. The random access protocol. This random access protocol is hollow carrier sense multiple access means CSMA. The carrier sends multiple access with consoling detection. The CSMA/CD. The carrier sends multiple access with console awareness. The CSMA/CA. It is the minimized channel counseling of the hollow. It is this. The control access protocol CAP, the reservation, polling and token processing, these functions. The challenge centralization protocol CPS, this is the dividing into the three. It is the frequency divided multiple access is abbreviation FDMA. The time division multiple access TDMA. The core division multiple access CDMA. Other frequency division multiple access is the OFDMA. FDMA. This in this FDMA is available bandwidth and divided into bandwidth. Each one node elected bandwidth send the data means it is each bandwidth is a specified node. It is belongs to the node in the all the time. The TDMA node set the bandwidth of the channel in time. Each mode had a collected slot during which is can be sent. The CDMA, the flow control at the DDL flow control means it's creating balance between the frames and sent to node and the frames of the can be handled with the next node. The one of the use of the method follow control is use of this the next node in the without following control use of the buffer, one at the sending DDL and the other is the receiving DDL A buffer. It sent a memory location can be old pockets at the senders and receivers. This is the error control. This error control is implemented in the DDL to prevent receiving nodes from the delivering corruption pockets networking layer. Error control implemented at the DDL is the simple using two methods. Corrupted frames, silent discard, uncorrupted frames are accepted with the or with sending acknowledgement of the sender. The both methods of cycle random check is CRC. This is called cycle random check. This abbreviation CRC. The head to the frames head the senders checked by the receiver. The multiple connection can improve the networking reliability, provide resilient path of transmission. Hi, hello friends, what's up? This is your Vijaya tutorial. Today topic is the networking switches. What are the switching is requirement of this networking, computer networking. How many types of switching are is toward the networking work and what are the types of switches are used to the networking switching purpose. Hello friends, welcome to back my channel Vijaya tutorial point. Today topic is the switching techniques. What are the networking switching techniques? First, there are three types of switches are given this: circuit switching, mesh switching and pocket switching. This first, what are the switching techniques in computer network? The switching techniques is computer network are method and the routing and data from one node to another node. There are three main types of circuit switching: message switching and pocket switching. Switching is the techniques that determine how data is transmitted over networking, impact efficiency, bandwidth utilizing. The first explanation of this circuit switching. This is established decide to continue connection between the sender and receiver to the duration of the transmission. Think like a telephone calls where direct lines is set up before your data can be sent. Routing decisions made in front of remain constant duration of connections. Example, this traditional telephone networking. The message switching. This is the transmission entire message from node and node to without established dedicated connection. Each message is transmitted independently with the receiving node responsible for assembling the compatibility message. Less certification, less efficiency circuits. Switching for real-time application due to deal in associate with the message transmission. For example, in dedicated connection efficiency for continuous data streaming, message switching, entire message less efficiency real-time applications. The pocket switching. This pocket switching is variable traffic and the basis of the internet. Why is switching important is computer network? The switching important of the computer networking is the purpose of switching provide and connection between the node and the networking without any need for single connection between each pair of the node. Therefore, the required switching technology that provide the mechanism to establish connectivity as to and when required. Friends, what is the networking switching and what is it used? This networking switches is a topology. Networking switches connection the router. Any device within the networking plug into the switch using the Ethernet cable. Networking switching function at the data link layer 2 and OSI Open System Interconnection 7-layer module standardized networking protocol. It is used the MAC address to specify which is ports to send data packets that send into data to device. This is the switches are the managed switch, unmanaged switch, smart switch, PoE switch, and layer 2 and layer 3 switches. The managed switch. This managed switch used hundreds of configuration operation, making them perfect for the entrepreneur use. Complex configuration methods mean networking administrations, and managed switches use the command to lines and interface CLI. Unmanaged switch, like a managed switch, unmanaged switch are the most basic network switches. They produce the small and they have two configuration options. The mostly group pieces or networking devices. On networking little customized, there are the cheapest networking switch and provide simple networking solution. The smart switch. The smart switch provide more automated and configuration than managed switches, and the only come with some customized features such as virtual LAN, VLAN, services settings, configuration to the graphic interface, GUI. The PoE switches. This PoE switches is Ethernet switches. Cables also contained in copper wire to send power to data in same cable. Switch can be the power other device connected to. Additional devices need to power. PoE switches can do that, but IoT devices do not require power on this way. Non-PoE switches are less expensive. The layer 2 is layer 3 switches. The layer 2 switches is the kind of switches articles as discussed thus far. Switches is multiple bit hardware devices send data packets into device with MAC address. They move data packets from port to another VLANs, and while required for connection router can be pockets. The layer 3 switches. This layer 3 switches some of routing capability. They don't have all complex routing protocols such as OSPF and BGP and EIGRP with a large number of ports found topically. Layer 2 switches or layer 3 switches increasing routing speed and manage the traffic better. The another question is the advantages of disadvantages of this networking switches. First, advantages. The networking switches optimize networking bandwidth and creating connection between every device into the networking. Then reduce the networking connections, only sending data packets, device MAC address listed header, and since switch is learning the MAC address of the device connection source, they lower than the latency packets transmission. Switching is improved security networking managed since the networking administrator. The disadvantages of switchings. The networking switches are required understanding networking fundamentals properly. The setup is managed as the networking number of switches are grows of the thus challenging managing maintain the networking. Switches are face security issues and the networking sufficient not a configure properly, leading the networking valuabilities of congestion. The networking switches typically require the hardware updates since older switches may not be supported new networking. The advantages: the manage them The disadvantage, protocol and technologies. The advantages, the networking switches are scalable and cost efficiency, hardware components for growing networking that need to spread. The disadvantage, more switching, the ports of increasing energy cost. What is switching computer networking? Class 12. This is the class 12 is the pocket switching computer networking. It is the key features I will tell you. The pocket switching. Data is divided into smaller and variable length of unit called pockets. Independent transmission. Each pocket transmits independently, the meaning they can travel through the networking using different paths. Reassemble at the destination of the pockets are the reassembled in the correct order. Reconstruction organized data. Connectionless. Pocket switching is a connectionless method, the meaning to dedicated path is established between the sender and receiver before data transfer. How it is working, the pocket switching. Data segmentation. This data segmentation to be transmitted to divide into the small pockets of the data spaces. The pocket addressing. Second option, this pocket addressing, each pocket is sending the header constantly information like the source and destination address as well as the sequence number. The third point of independent routing. The pockets are routing independent throughout the network based on the available path in the networking conditions. The fourth point is the reassemble. The destination, the pockets receiving and reassembling in the correct order to the reconstruction the original data. The advantage of pocket switching. Efficiency, resource utilizations. The networking resources are shared documentally allowing multiple users to share networking simultaneous. Flexibility of this pocket switching. The pocket switching can take the different routers, making the network more resistant to failures. The scalability of the pocket switching. The pocket switching is the networking scalable and can handle large volume of the traffic. The cost efficiency of the pocket switching. The pocket switching is the generally more cost efficiency than circuit switching. What are the disadvantages of pocket switching? The potential delay. The pocket switching is the experience delay due to the networking congestion routing issues. The pocket loss. The pocket may be lost during the transmission due to the networking errors. The security control. A pocket can be interrupted into the module field of the during a transmission, posing security risks. The complexity of this pocket switching. This pocket switching networking can be complexity to manage and troubleshoot. The connecting devices. Switching act as a central hub and connecting the computer, server, printer, and other networking within a LAN via the layer 2 operations. Unlike a router which is operated layer 3 or layer 2 networking and switch operated in layer 2 and data link layer and other OS modules layers. What are the MAC address layer? The switch layer to the MAC address of the connected devices. Store them the table MAC address table to the efficiency towards the forward the data pockets. The data pocket switching. The switching use pockets and the methods of where data is broken into small pockets and forwarding based on this destination MAC address. Unicast, multicast, broadcast. What are the unicast? The switch support unicast. 1 to 1 is the unicast. Multicast is 1 to many is the multicast, and broadcast 1 to all is the communication. This is the difference of unicast and multicast and broadcast. Once again I will repeat it. This unicast means switch to support 1 to 1 device. This is the unicast. Multicast is the 1 to many. This is the multicast switch. The broadcast switch is the 1 to all. This is a communication purpose. This is the broadcasting switch. The improving networking performance. The learning to strong MAC address switches can directly traffic the specified destination ports, reducing the networking congestion, improving performance compared to older hubs. The full duplex. What are the full duplex? The many modem switches operate at full duplex mode, allowing the simultaneously transmitted and repetition of the data at the same link, further improving networking performance. What are switching techniques? The circuit switches, the concept of the circuit switches. The concept of the circuit switches, the established dedicated physical connection between the sender and receiver that before data transmission. Think of the phone call. The path of establishment between the two phones, and that is the path of remain excludes the duration of the call. The characteristic of the circuit switching, the guaranteed data rate and their low latency if you connection established quickly but less efficiency time, the bandwidth utilizing the connections, receiving even then your data is being transmitted. The example of traditional telephone networking in the pocket switching, the concept of this divide data, similar pockets each carry orders and information, and the transmission those pockets independently across the networking pocket may be taken different router through the networking. The characteristics, the more efficient bandwidth utilizations, resources shared among the multiple pocket, high latency due to the routing decisions, each pockets can be more susceptible to delay to the pocket loss. Subtype, the data gram switching. Each pocket is treated independently with the routing decisions made for each pocket. Virtual circuit switching. This established virtual connection similarly to circuit switching but without dedicated physical path. Before data transmission, offering guaranteed data rate and order. The message switching. This message switching is the concept of the transmission entire the message from the one node to another node without breaking to the smaller pockets. This is the message switching. Characteristics of the message switching. This characteristic of this message switching is the more suitable situation where your entire message are short and arrive regular in interval. The example of early telex systems. Please subscribe our video tutorial channel and please share, please like, please comment, please ask the any networking related questions. Thank you, video tutorials. Thank you once again. Hi, welcome to back everyone my channel VGR tutorial point. Today topic is the networking, the bit stuffing. This bit stuffing techniques is the communications. This is the what are this cover in this video, what should you outcome this video after watching to starting to window, what is the knowledge developed. Now I will explain first the avoiding synchronizing reliable transmission covered, benefit of the bit stuffing, advantages of the bit stuffing and disadvantages of the bit stuffing in computer networking. What is bit stuffing is also covered. The what is the byte stuffing? Bit stuffing or byte stuffing? How bit stuffing works? Example of the bit stuffing, advantages, disadvantages of the bit stuffing also covered. What is mean by bit stuffing? What is the bit stuffing error? Why is the bit stuffing need into CAN? What is bit stuffing security mechanism? These all are covered. Let us go to the video. What is the meant by bit stuffing? In data transmission and telecommunication, bit stuffing, also known as uncommonly as positive justification, is instead of non-informative bits into data, stuffed bits should not be confused with the overhead bits. What is the bit stuffing error? This is the problem solving Bit stuffing is the error detection techniques. The idea is very simple. Each frame begins and ends with a special bit pattern 0 to 6 ones and starting 0, ending 0, which is the flag byte. Whenever you send the data link layer is encounter 5 continuations of the ones this data, it is automatically stuffing is the 0 bit it in the outgoing bit streaming. Why is the bit stuffing need to can this? The integrated bit stuffing helps ensure that data it is transmitted actually without confusing bit data and controlling signals. This prevent errors in message interruptions. What is bit stuffing security mechanism? This bit stuffing methods used communication protocols such as the HDL high definition logical control ensure that special delimite patterns is the 0 to start 6 ones and 0 to end. In this case, and do not accidentally appears in their data stream. They don't not accidentally appears in the data stream. If a sequence of 5 continuous ones appears in the data, 0 is interested of automatically after the 5 ones. How bit stuffing works? Below working bit stuffing is computer network sender side. While sending data, if you senders detect the sequence of bits that matches the special control pattern like 5 continuous S's and instead of extra bit usually at 0 into the data streaming break into the sequence. Receiving side is the receiver gets to data and removing the extra stop bit and never detection to the specified bit pattern that restore the data to its original form. Application bit stuffing synchronize several channels before multiplexing, rate matching 2 signal channels to each other, the run length limited coding. This run limited number of the constituent bits are the same value, binary value in the data be transmitted. A bit is the opposite value is the interested maximum allowed numbers of this continuation. The advantage of bit stuffing. This is the most important, the advantage of bit stuffing. Data integrated, error prevention, the flexible data handling, compatibility, easy decoding. These are all the advantages. Now, in-depth data integrity. The bit stuffing helps ensure that data is transmitted actually without confuse between data and control signal. This prevent errors, messages, interruptions. The error prevention. This is advantage of bit stuffing. By adding extra bytes, stuffing reduce the chances of misidentifying special bits patterns which can lead to data loss or corruptions. This is error prevention. The flexibility of data handling. The bit stuffing allows the networking to handle over data types without needed complex encoding schemes, making the transmission process simple. The compatibility of the bit stuffing advantages. This works well with existing communication protocols, allowing for easy integrated into the systems that use bit-oriented protocol. Easy decoding this bit stuffing advantages. This techniques is started step forward for the receivers to implementation as they simply need to look for the stop bit and remove them during data processing. What are the disadvantages of bit stuffing? These disadvantages are nearly increased data size, more processing, reduced efficiency, limited specified protocols, latency. These all are disadvantages of bit stuffing. The increased data size, bit stuffing, extra bits, data streaming, which increase the overall size of transmission data, leads to slight increasing with bandwidth usage, more processing. Both the sender receiver needs to process data bit stuffing removal, which is can added complexity to communicate system. Reduce efficiency. In situation where many bits are stuffed, their overhead can reduce the overall efficiency data transmissions. This limited to specified protocol bit stuffing primary use bit-oriented protocols and may not be stopped all our communication systems. Latency. This latency is the head processing to the extra bits might introduce small delays. Data transmission, especially system where speed critical. Please subscribe, please watch, please share, please watch our videos, tutorial videos starting to ending till. If you understand it's something to learn to the networking, that's our channel motto. Please comment, please share what is the. If you are asked any questions in networking related, please ask in comment box. Thank you. Your VGR tutorials. Our world channel is the Tech Dude 8481 also. Thank you. Hi, welcome to back everyone. My channel Vijay Tutorial Point, my world channel Tech Dude 8481. The point to point protocol today topic. What is this? The point to point protocol is short form PPP is the data link layer protocol using a session to establish connections and transmission data between two direct connections devices such as a computer and internet service provider ISP. It is widely used by for dial-up internet access, also support various networking connection including VPN. Key features of function data link layer. This data link layer protocol PP operate at the data link layer 2 of the OS modules handling the forming and transmission of data packets. Multiple supports enclubs multiple networking layer protocol like IP. It is the frame allowing for the flexible communications. Link establishment configuration. PPP is used link control protocol. LCP establish managing data link authentication. PPP is provide authentication mission like a PAP, CHAP verify identities of the connecting devices. This networking protocol, the networking protocol LCPS establish and configuration networking web protocol such as IP address comparison encrypt broadband high speed application. PPP is also used broadband communication with high load and speeds. The PPP works links establish the LCP negative parameter for the connection such as authentication method and data comparison. Authentication. The protocol use authentication protocol to verify the identity of the device. The control configurations. The LCP is the the networking layer protocol by used on the connections. Data transmission. Encapsulated data packets are transmitted over established links. The benefit of PPP, the reliability, flexibility widely used. The PPP provides mechanism for link establishment, error detection, and data entry. Flexible to support various networking protocol can be used different networking scenario. Widely used. The PPP is the widely used protocol, particularly dial-up internet access and VPN connection. Limitations: security complexity. While PPP can support authentication, it lacks a built-in encryption, which can be a secure connection. The complexity. The numerous options of configuration offered by PPP can make more complex management than some other protocols. Point-to-point protocol. Please subscribe. Please share my VGR tutorial point. Thanking you once again. Your VGR tutorial point. Hi, hello, VGR tutorials. AI technologies and this tutorial. So many software videos and networking videos. Please subscribe our VGR tutorial point videos, share and like and comment. Thank. Hi, welcome to back everyone. My channel VGR tutorial point. Vertical reduction check. VRs, also known as party check, is simple error detection method used in computer network. Involves adding redundant bit. The party bit is to each data unit. The character or byte ensure total number of ones is the either even or odd. Depending on the chosen party scheme, everyone OD part, the party bit calculation, the before transmission, the sender counting the numbers of ones and the data until party when the party bit is the zero is added. If you count is even, once is added into the count is OD. If the part is OD, is the opposite logical is applied. Transmission, the data unit including the party bit transmission, party bit verification after receiving the party bit recalculated based on the received data. The compare with the received party bit if the match according to the chosen party scheme. Data is considered error free if the don't match any error in detection. Let us say we are using given party data bit 11100101. The number of ones is 4. So the party bit will be 0. The transmission data will be this one 11001010. Limitation, the single bit error detection VRC can reliable detection single bit error, limited burst error detection. Bit can detecting some burst errors, multiple bits errors. It not a guarantee to catch all catch. No error correction. VRC can only detecting errors, not a correction them. If an error is the detecting the received typical request retransmission of data. Advantage. Simplicity, VRC simplicity, easy to implement error detection method. Low overhead, it is had to one written bit per data unit, resulting in minimum overhead efficiency. The single bit error, it is efficiency detecting single bit error that are common in some transmission environment. In enhanced BRC is the basis error detection technique that used to ensure data integrated during transmission by adding party bit make easy to check errors particular bits. Advantages of VRC. VRC can detect all single bits errors. It can also detecting burst errors. And VRC simple implemented can be easily incorporated into different communication protocol system. It is efficiency terms computational complexity and memory requirement. VRC can help improve reliability data transmission, reducing the likelihood of the data corruption and loss due to error. VRC can be combination with other error detection and correction techniques, improving other overall errors capability of systems. Disadvantage, major disadvantage of using the method error detection in this not able to detecting burst error, number of bit changing 2, 4, 6, 8 extra. This is the original data after adding VRC data. The VRC limited its ability detecting the correct errors in large blocks of data as the probably errors increasing sizes data blocks. VRC require additional overbits added to data streaming which can increasing bandwidth storage required of the systems. Please subscribe my video tutorial. Please share. Please like. Please comment. Thanking once again your video tutorials.